injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Thursday, December 19th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect clear skies with a high of 63. In hour one of today's show, we'll continue our discussion with LSU and the transfer portal, their biggest remaining needs, and which players have visited Baton Rouge. We'll also talk about the Saints signing a familiar name at running back. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and Off the Bench is here to bring you some holiday cheer. Presented by All-Star Toyota. Join us for a cozy chat about sports, laughter, and the spirit of Christmas live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio. Here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Thursday, December 19th, 2024. Here we are, guys, hurtling right towards the big day, El Jesus' birthday. Happy birthday, big man. Going to be a great show for you today. Taylor just laid out. Excited to be here on a Thursday. As you get closer to Christmas, I mean, everything just starts to feel more and more a bit like the weekend, even though it can certainly be a bit busy around this time. So, everybody keep your head on straight. Let's focus on having a great time this holiday season. I feel kind of like a bit of a missed opportunity. Maybe we're too late into it, even though it's going to continue in the spring, but we should make portal combat imaging, We
should have something in the computer. Flynn and I did that
Portal combat?
Yeah.
Like portal, hell
literally
yeah.
like
bam,
that.
Bam, 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 bam. Yeah,
it's Flynn saying portal combat. We did it 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it might not be in there. Oh, it was when the portal started, it's the one thing Flynn's contributed to the show.
What are you talking about? He wished Guarantee happy birthday.
Yeah, it was great. Can we play that video?
Alondra's putting together a big birthday video. And
I think we need to play.
I want to play it.
I think we need to play his take, just that. But no,
he's like a caveman.
Oh, it's so bad.
Happy 100th birthday.
It's just he sounded like he was reading it off a card.
Yeah, he was very, very, very Gronk-like, for sure. Anyway, so we're going to get into some portal combat today. But what's going on, guys? How we feeling here on this Thursday morning?
I'm feeling good. I actually had a fun day yesterday. So my boys that play baseball, Hudson and Memphis, they needed new bats. And, you're going to get them for the holidays from mom and dad.
Yeah.
But it's something you kind of need to see. You need to touch. You need to feel like a new bat.
Yeah. What do they eat?
What?
Bats. Bugs. Small fruits. Okay, that's the last one. I promise that's the last one. Where are you going to get the bats from?
Anyways.
I'm sorry.
I took Hudson with me. We went up to Marucci, and I didn't know, you can, demo bats. Hey, this is – and so, he's trying different ones out in the cage.
Somebody get in the cage?
He did, and it was fun, and we got a chance to pick it out. It was a cool father-son experience. But shout out to my guy at Marucci that helped us out because he is a loyal OTB listener.
Let's go.
So we talked about that. So I appreciate his help because I've got no idea when it comes to baseball bats what's good, what's bad.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I've seen you swing a baseball bat, and I get why you don't understand what's going on.
That's not true. When we in the cage, I did pretty good. And think about
You've
this.
gotten better. Your softball days were bad.
Yes. That was a long time ago, though. I don't know what happened, but
that is true.
It's gotten better somewhere along the way.
You did hit one when somebody else didn't.
Well, also, yeah. I mean, we went to at SC Media Days. We were taking 100-mile-an-hour pitches or whatever, and I made contact. Got it out and play a little bit. Chris Dorian did not.
Oh, man, I forgot about that.
But it was all just a big scheme. It was a long con by Dorian to be able to take his shirt off in frustration.
Yeah.
Bit of a heady play to show off the abs there from our guy CD. Well, that's awesome, man. That sounds like a Norman Rockwell-esque slice of Americana. Trying out the baseball bat with the sun, getting in the cages, seeing the pop and everything else. That's fantastic. See, that's what Christmas is all about.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's the good stuff. Alondra, what's going on with you? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Let's see. I found something. Let's see what this is.
Portal. Is this it?
That's it.
Okay, hell
But
That's
yeah.
all there was in there.
But then Happy would play like
The music in the background.
Like I said, it was 3 years
if
ago.
If you do that segment, it's not going to be really a conversation. It's just going to be like,
A quick
Ricky Collins,
yeah.
Ricky Collins commits to Auburn, but then he refutes to report that he commits to Auburn. He is not committed to Auburn. His recruitment remains open, which is all actually true. Taylor,
Syracuse, right?
no, he actually came out and said no.
Oh.
He was the report came out. He was committed to Syracuse, and he came out and said, "Oh, I said Auburn. My bad. Whatever. His recruitment's open, so it doesn't matter." Xavier Atkins going to Auburn. Tay, what's up, dude? How you doing today?
Doing good, guys. Had a
Any more
nice
Christmas
dinner
movies?
at Supper Club last night for the very first time. It was
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Tay and Supper
Yes.
Club. What an
Whoa.
interesting combo.
Oh, I did not fit in at all. I was the rowdy table, it happens like that. But it was a good time. My uncle took me, my brother, my sister, all for like a big Christmas dinner last night. So it was a good time.
That's great, dude. What was your favorite thing that you had? Did you have those rolls?
Yeah, the
Those-
Parker House rolls. They were very good.
Those
honey
rolls are
Very good.
fire.
I like to combine those with, I believe, the burnt ends. They have burnt ends.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
short rib
yes.
burn-ins.
You make little burnt end sandwiches.
They literally melt in your mouth.
Best thing I had last night was actually a side. It was called truffled corn.
Oh,
Think
yeah.
like cream corn, but
Yeah.
a lot more seasoned. It was really good. It's probably the best thing I had there.
As we often tell during the holidays, you can't get gift cards.
Oh, what's that?
Remember, you can get the gift cards. We do that every holiday season.
That is true. If you want to go to Supper Club as
Help
well,
our
gift
guys
card
out.
is a top tier stocking stuffer. If you want a restaurant experience unlike any other in BR.
Even Tay. I mean, it's for everybody.
Yeah,
Proud
yeah.
of you, Tay.
They let me in the door, so they'll let you in too.
I mean, you look harmless, so not surprised they let you
I
in
was
the door.
dressed for the occasion.
Yeah.
They didn't know the personality before they opened the door.
That's right.
they're-
Did you
in
wear
all
a suit?
fairness-
Did you wear a jacket?
Yeah, sure did.
Did you jacket off? Did you take it off later?
No,
you sat down?
I left it on, not at the table. Left
Really?
it on at the table.
I don't like to eat with my jacket on.
Jacket was off at home, but at the restaurant,
I'll leave
stayed
it on.
You leave it on to eat as well?
Leave it on.
I can't. Maybe I'm just too much of a big back fatty. It's just it's a little tight sometimes. Even like the tailored ones are like a little
Tommy boy.
uncomfortable to sometimes sit there and eat. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this thing started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
That's right, baby. Tiger Labor and Staffing provides reliable local staffing solutions for warehouse, construction, and manufacturing positions. So, you need help with temporary labor or long-term hires. The locals at Tiger Labor and Staffing have you covered with skilled, dependable workers. Remember, we're not just forwarding resumes to you, but interviewing and dispatching every single morning at 5 a.m. Tiger Labor and Staffing. All right, let's get into a little bit of the Portal combat as there are still a few positions of need at LSU, and it looks like there are some irons in the fire in that regard, except for one position, that is. In terms of actual news pieces, Xavier Atkins, linebacker, going to be transferring to Auburn, joining that very good Auburn class that continues to grow, both recruiting and the transfer portal. If it does not work for Hugh Freeze this year, it will never work. He has managed to rally the troops. He has the Auburn faithful all in right now. Real quick on that, have y'all seen? Now, I do not trust the sources here. Who's the guys? Siskel and McCready or something?
McCready and Siskey.
Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I always get confused with. McCreebert and Siskel?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just kidding. Siskey and McCready.
Yeah, Tyler Siskey and Neil McCready.
They were putting it out there, intimating, I should say, alleging, not reporting, but alleging in a conversation with A.J. McCarron that Auburn's paying Jackson Arnold over $2.5 million, which could that be true? It might make sense in the fact that it seems like the Mississippi State thing was a done deal, so maybe it took a Godfather offer to get him out of there, but just something to kind of, a little smoke on the street, if you will. We'll see if that comes about. The point is,
I'm not shocked by anything if that's what you're asking.
Auburn's spending. They spending big. They have a lot of money. This comes at a time when Alabama's asking for money. We'll talk about that a bit later as well. But Xavier Atkins leaving LSU, going there. And then Ricky Collins in the transfer portal. It was reported he's transferred to Syracuse. He refuted it directly and saying he hasn't committed anywhere and his recruitment remains open. I'll say this on Collins. I hope he lands in a great spot. Hometown kid, tried to make it here. Didn't happen for whatever reason. Only one quarterback's ever going to play. It's always hard if you're a quarterback. And, man, I get him wanting to go elsewhere to now try to find the field and find his fortune, right? You can't really be looking like a guy like Eli Holstein, right? You just got to do what you got to do if you want to play. And his path to the field here looks, I don't know. So in terms of some new names that LSU could be getting, instead of guys leaving, there's a couple more RPM or whatever, recruiting prediction machine, the On3, Shea Dixon and company. There's a couple more RPM picks for LSU. Yeah, that's what they call them. And probably, well, I don't know. You tell me, what excites you more, Jake, a D tackle or a center?
Center.
So then you'll be pleased to know that right now they have Virginia Tech center Braylon Moore in town. And we've talked about him. 3-star out of high school, 4-star in the portal. Started every game for the Hokies last season. Played well. One of the top-rated linemen in the transfer portal. And he is being picked to LSU. He's not official yet, but he's a redshirt sophomore. He's got time left. He's 6'3", 300. This is the exact sort of piece that me and Jake were talking about in terms of what LSU needs to be aiming for and trying to pick up.
And if you secure somebody that's got that much time at center, if you wanted to move DJ Chester to guard, or if you wanted to bring him in and move him to guard, DJ Chester had ups and downs. It's his first year starting. I expect some major growth from him, but he had probably 10, maybe 12 pre-snap penalties this year. Yeah, and his size is a bit big for a center. It can happen. Ever since Ethan Posick played center, all bets are off. But Braylon is that stereotypical 6'3", 300, and Chester's about 6'5"? That may, take a little off his plate. He could thrive at guard potentially. So again, I don't know how it'd work out, but more starting caliber guys throw against the wall. That's a win. So offensive line position of need. Fa'ali Fa'omo as well. Washington State offensive tackle visited LSU. No picks in the machine there, but certainly you have to get a tackle out of the portal. Without question. Whoever it is, you have to get a tackle. Maybe it'll be Fa'ali. We'll see over time. I don't think that's maybe right now since you lost both of your tackles. That's maybe priority number one. Tight end's important too. But we're talking about tackle. We're talking about protecting your biggest asset. So you've got to go get a top-tier player, in my opinion, at that position because, you've got a lot of inexperience there. I think you want at least one experienced guy who's been through the fire, somebody that has played in the Pac-12, and you kind of know what it looks like opposed to projecting what it's going to look like. Yeah, and we'll see. Maybe he ends up going with the Wazoo OC over there to Oklahoma, but maybe LSU manages to convince him to come down here. So offensive tackle still a need, but they're working on it. Defensive tackle, you would have thought was a massive need if last year, preseason last year was any indication. But on the other side of it, you feel pretty good overall. We've talked about it, right? You bring back I always get McKinley's on the inside, right? I always get McKinley and Relaford they're the same. I don't know why. McKinley's inside. Yeah. I always I can go back and forth. Relaford's an Evangel guy. I need to come up with a mnemonic device. That's how you can maybe remember it. Help me remember. But you got McKinley. You got Ahmad Bro. You got Jacoby Guillory coming back.
So you're better there than you thought, but you still need bodies. And, well, it looks like you got a big body coming in Sydir Mitchell, Jake. 6'4", 340. That's a thick boy. He played for Bo Davis at Texas in 2023. And then for whatever reason, he redshirted this last year, and he's actually in town right now through today. May by the end of the day get a commitment. We'll see. But Sydir Mitchell looking like he too could be joining this LSU transfer portal class. So another position of need, box checked by bringing in a very big body and a starting or rotational caliber player, if nothing else, in Sydir Mitchell.
It's two positions that you certainly can add, talking about center and defensive tackle. But I think you're starting to, wonder what it's going to look like at offensive tackle, like we just mentioned.
Yeah.
And also the safety position.
So that was the position I was teasing earlier with one of need that has still kind of been ignored, even though, I guess to be fair, they did talk about Mansour having the ability to play safety. I don't think that it would be the best use of his talents, right? I think if he's your he could be on the outside, but like if that guy's your nickel corner, like that could be very powerful. So but yes, safety has remained unaddressed, and safety is without a doubt the biggest position of need on this team right now.
I don't think it's even a question. Like right now, who do you have? Like in this bowl game, like who do you have? Like it's like you're gonna play some players that haven't been in there at all.
Yeah.
That would be who you have moving forward. The players that were playing, they're either in the portal or not playing in the bowl game, whatever the situation might be. And so you don't even have a lot for this game, but you certainly next year don't have anybody that you kind of know what it looks like.
Yeah, who's actually going to play safety?
Deshaun Spears is there. Outside of him, no, I don't know. Allen's got Jordan Gilbert. I guess it'd be Deshaun Spears.
Major Burns will play, yes. I know there'll be star, but
I don't think he's opted out yet. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Burns, Gilbert,
Jordan Allen's gone, right?
Allen's gone.
Oh, you got Gilbert. Okay, you got
Gilbert,
Spears.
Gilbert, Spears.
Yeah. Okay, so Gilbert, Spears, Burns. I don't know who the backups would be, but those look like your stars. That is something I want to do at 8 o'clock today. Look at the LSU roster, what it could look like for this bowl game, as the media got some eyes on practice yesterday, and it is a completely different looking offensive line. So suffice this all to say, LSU still doing very well in the transfer portal. Looks like you could have another couple names coming in that would increase that very well rating, but there is still one glaring issue that you at least have to get one player in, and that you'll monitor not just this portal window, but next portal window as well.
There's still plenty of talent out there at the safety position. Thieneman was the only guy right now that, Oregon, we talked about that the other day, but you still got plenty of other players out there. Genesis Smith from Arizona, Dante Joyner from Arkansas State, Kendall Daniels from Oklahoma State, guys that have a lot of starts under their belt where you can go out there, you can get an impactful safety still out of the portal that's got plenty of starts.
There you go. So there's targets left to be had. Just got to go get them. And as we said yesterday, with the couple of $1 million matches currently at play right now, and the initiation of the LSU fan base, it seems like the grassroots efforts are at an all-time high, and well, we'll see if they continue to take advantage of the Toon Avenue safety. Coming up next here on Off the Bench, I want to get to a Greg Byrne tweet. We'll still got to talk about Clyde Edwards-Helaire coming home as well. The routes for the bowl game. Look, it's going to be a great show. If you want to get involved, hang out in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, youtube.com/1045 ESPN, and we'll be back with more Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
You want a dry and cozy car, but your windshield leaks water and makes your car wet and smelly. That's why you need Advanced Windshield, the problem solvers in auto glass repair. We use quality parts and tools to ensure a perfect seal every time. Visit us at advancedwindshield.com.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Vincey Vince. I mean, listen to that bass line. That doesn't make you want a little Christmas cocktail. Nothing will. Tell him, Vince. Welcome back to OTB. It's Fa'ili Fuamwe. I apologize. I realized as we were doing the segment that I entered the segment having never looked up the pronunciation of the name. Don't be mad at me, Fa'ili, please.
Well, it's the
Don't come to
normal.
LSU.
It's the normal pronunciation of that name.
Look, a lot of times with Pacific Islander names, it's the trip up for our more traditional English. I feel like it's in having these vowel sounds back to back without consonants breaking them up, right? Like fa, e. That's very interesting. It's not something that your voice is used to doing. It is fun though. Fa'ili Fuamwe. And shout out to chat. Fonz and Rusty gave me a couple of mnemonic devices for the D lineman. McKinley Middle, Relaford Rush. Bam. There you go. Never forget again. I agree.
Remember the Evangel guy, where your co-host went to high school, plays edge.
Well, look, I'll give Evangel a little credit here. Turns out there's a lot of Evangel guys in big time football. So saying it's the Evangel guy doesn't really narrow it down
in this
that much.
scenario, in this situation.
Blake Shapen, the Evangel guy. You know, Jake Hester,
Evangel, Edge.
Brock Berlin. No, y'all are overcomplicated. Relaford Rush, McKinley Middle. We're golden, baby.
You'll forget that.
Fonz says he's so over the Christmas music. Fonz, right after I give you credit, I wish I had not now.
We tried to delay it, Fonz.
We tried so hard.
We tried our best.
Why? How are y'all sick of it?
It's not sick. It's 2 weeks is a sweet spot.
No.
Yeah.
No. Day after Thanksgiving. We crank.
Well, the good news is you got Friday and Monday. I mean, that's it. We only have 2 more days of Christmas music.
I know, dude. What a bummer, man. Whatever. No. We're not going to think about it being over. We're going to stay very present, and we're going to enjoy how we feel on this wonderful day. It's nice and cool outside. High is 60. It's the 19th. Yeah, we're back, baby. Good job, Alonzo. Thank you. We back. I had a little moment there. We had a little wobble there.
You know what, this makes me feel like I'm doing?
What?
Makes me feel like I'm so one time I went to New York, it was in January, but they still had all the Christmas stuff out.
Hell yeah.
And I was at Bergdorf, and now I feel like I want to be in New York. Christmas
New York's
shopping.
the best Christmas
Bergdorf,
city.
Maybe a little, like you're in the
little champs. They have a bar.
nice
in
bar,
Bergdorf.
cocktails, dimly lit.
And if it's your birthday, they give you free champagne.
And if you buy a very expensive handbag, they'll bring you the good stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Where at?
Bergdorf Goodman's.
Same thing like Neiman Marcus.
Yeah.
Same people.
And also, don't forget this, guys.
He has no idea what we're talking about.
No clue.
No.
They have like letters from Jackie Kennedy on the wall and stuff. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
They made leather out of
department
Jackie
store.
Kennedy.
No, letters.
Letters.
Oh, letters.
Letters.
Yeah.
Letters.
I would wear her.
Hey now.
She was very chic.
She definitely was a style icon. Shout out Jackie.
I love Jackie.
So don't forget, though, in this holiday season, we also live in a time when Alabama's down kind of bad, guys. Out of the playoff. 3 losses.
Even better.
Greg Burton tweeting like, we're not going to schedule hard. Even though you didn't schedule hard. You literally scheduled one of the easiest. Everything you control, you went as easy as you could. But it seems like Alabama not immune from the financial squeeze. This is a bit long, but I want to read it because I think there's a lot that we can infer from it.
Infer.
Greg Byrne tweeting out, Alabama fans. What?
Infer. I just never heard that before.
You never heard that word?
No.
Let's see if I used it correctly. Deduce or conclude from evidence. There we go.
There you go. I mean, I had faith that you used it right.
Alabama fans, over the past few years, there have been drastic changes in college athletics. We've been careful during this transitional period to protect our position at the top of college athletics while mindful to listen, engage, and learn from our generous supporters, proud alumni, and unrivaled fans to make sure that we protect our great traditions here at Alabama. But there is time for talk and a time for action. Now is the time for action. Although we've been competitive from an NIL standpoint, our competition has us in their sights and are actively trying to surge ahead with NIL. You've heard examples of other teams using promises of $1 million paydays to lure away our players and convince them not to come to Alabama. It is time for Bama Nation to fight back. Under the new model of college athletics, as a result of the antitrust lawsuit against the NCAA, university can succeed if their fans purchase authentic NIL from student athletes. The good news is when Alabama, that's their streaming service, was created last year, the focus was providing our fans a legitimate product rather than booster inducements. Notice the moral high ground. Alabama delivers exclusive content and access you cannot get anywhere else. We plan to grow Alabama's offerings with more videos, features, and news in 2025. So please visit blah, blah, blah to join. A subscription to Alabama isn't about the now, it's about the future. It's about roster retention for future seasons, keeping our legends in Krypton. It's about attracting and developing the best recruits in the country to represent the Script A. You being a part of the team has never been more important. At Alabama, we're not measured ourselves against our competition. We are the standard. And that measurement is against the mirror and against a rich and proud history. But it is impossible to ignore what is taking place in college athletics. Hungry fan bases are acting decisively to give their respective programs competitive advantages. We must respond. We are Alabama. Join Alabama today.
He put "We Are Alabama."
Yep.
Rip off "We
Penn
Are
State?
Marshall."
Or
Yeah,
Penn
all
State?
of them.
From Penn
All of
State.
it.
Yeah, like who's ever said "We Are Alabama"?
So there's so much to break down here. First off, kind of a, I don't know how much I like Greg Burns' kind of public state. The times when he chooses to enter the public eye, right? He was always thought of as a great leader, kind of a premier leader, but he too is now having to deal with the power vacuum of Saban, and there's a lot of his success being attributed to Nick Saban. And here's what I would say. The reaction to this has been very funny. It's been a lot of Auburn fans in his mention being like, oh, what's wrong? You need some money? Because Auburn actually has more money than almost anybody. I think that the most ridiculous part of this entire thing is trying to maintain some sort of moral high ground.
You got to get him signed up for the streaming service.
Yeah, come on, bro.
And who came up with that name? Alabama.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's funny because like the tweet, like when he's tagging him, it just says Allah. So it's kind of unfortunate.
I mean, who?
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I don't. What's it? Am I missing something? Alabama.
I'm sure there's some old cheer or something that we don't know, like yay or Alabama. I don't know. Yeah. But this whole idea of not just coming out and being like, hey, we got money, we got to get, we need money. This whole idea of trying to maintain, like I said, some moral superiority, in my opinion, is a complete fool's errand. Now, though, all jokes aside, and as And then the last part, actually, what this does remind me of, too. You remember that episode of South Park where all the actors and San Franciscans are all, they're getting high on their own farts. They're sniffing their own farts, and it's creating a smug cloud, which is threatening to overwhelm the country. The amount of self-flatulation sniffing that is going on in this post makes me want to puke. Just really, we're measured by the mirror. But whatever, besides all of this, it does beg the question, Jake, all jokes aside, will this actually work? Because it worked for LSU. Brian Kelly got out there, said, hey, y'all want to win? We need money. He then said, hey, I'm going to put money where mouth is. I'm going to do $1 million match. Now, the grassroots funding at LSU, like we said, we believe it's on par with even Ole Miss. Like it's some of the best, if not the best in the entire country. So will such a naked and bare plea work for Alabama?
Maybe not the way that he came about it.
Interesting.
Basically
sign up
for the streaming service because there's a cap on that.
Yeah.
How much it costs and how many people are really going to do that. The guy that doesn't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, he ain't signing up for the streaming service.
I don't know. Roll Tide Willie's all over the internet now. Maybe
I don't think he's signing up for it, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, so it kind of caps, there's a certain amount, and it's not that much. So, I mean, I don't know that that's the way to go about it. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to you get what you're trying to do. You're trying to be like, hey, we have a legit product that you can buy. We're not just asking for money, but how many people are really going to sign up for that? And the ones that are diehards and the biggest fans have already done that.
It is a bit interesting in that LSU was spurred into action by a disappointing season and losing Bryce Underwood, and then an open just call for money. Alabama has a lot of those same elements. A disappointing season, losing some guys that they really wanted, and then And now here's your call for money. So I don't know how it's going to play out. I think it probably works, but it's something I want to keep an eye on. It's something that's going to become increasingly commonplace and probably look increasingly sad as well. That is the other part about this whole idea of you've probably heard about these other schools offering millions of dollars to take our players. Didn't you just offer Keon Saab $1 million a few months ago to come over? Come on now,
Yeah, you're playing the game.
Everybody is. Which admittedly, it's probably, that's not really the point of this tweet from Byrne, but I hate every part of this, but maybe the part that I hate the most is that I think this will probably work. Unless the Alabama fan base is just checked out, content, doesn't believe in DeBoer. I don't know. We'll have to wait.
How much do we think the streaming service is per month?
I think it's $5.
$5?
I'm not 100% about that.
I was even thinking it was let's say it's $11.99. You know what I mean? How many? It's got to be more than $5. So to raise $2 million, you need 166,805 people if it was $11.99 a month. So that's my point. Are you really going to get that many people to? $2 million is what I pull because Brian Kelly's offering $1 million to match, and he had an anonymous donor throw $1 million out there.
Yeah. So it's $5, $18, or $75 if you want to be a student starter or all conference. It looks like so. Yeah. Oh, then also you can be All-American for $150 a month, and you can be Hall of Fame for $250 a month. So there you go. All right. Will it work? Time will tell. When we get back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire going to be rocking the black and gold. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to Main Event, guys. This holiday season, you're looking for something fun to do with the kiddos. Chances are they're getting out of school. Maybe they just got out yesterday, maybe today, whatever the case may be. Gonna do some fun family stuff. Why don't you go to Main Event right here in Baton Rouge and enjoy hundreds of arcade games, multi-level laser tag arena, professional level bowling, the gravity ropes, all of this and more. It's so much fun, guys. And guess what? You mentioned OTB when you go in. You get a 30-minute arcade time card, baby. You let them know that, they're advertising here with us. The partnership is working, which is great for us. And you get to play a bunch of free games. It's a win all around. And if you got a holiday party, anything like that you want to plan, we have dedicated party planners ready to go for you. So birthday, office party, whatever. Main Event Baton Rouge. Go check them out today.
Yeah, it is whatever you make it. So many different ways you can have fun over at Main Event, and it is actually a gift card somebody will give you. We'll talk about that later. Go to mainevent.com today, mainevent.com.
Experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America, Off the Bench.
Welcome back, y'all. Oh. Hope everybody's having a great day. Survive, morning fam. Glad we get to listen to a 5-star sports morning show. Thank you, Survive. You have a blessed morning, my friend.
Word on the street is Murphy, Sam, and Jody only got 4 stars.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, did Bear Alexander go to Penn State?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, and I'm sure you all saw the tweet making the rounds about, like, it's Bear Alexander taking a team picture and it says nothing sums up the transfer portal in this. And it's him in a Penn State uniform flexing, and on the bicep that he's flexing is a Georgia G.
And then his profile picture.
Yeah, it's USC.
USC.
Yeah. It's God, special stuff. Look, I was someone who banged the Bear Alexander drum. I'm completely off now. Completely off, dude. That guy continues to get paid on potential.
No, he continues to get paid off of 2 sacks against TCU in a game in which they won 63-7.
Yeah, just his size. There it is. Look at him. All right, Clyde Edwards-Helaire one of LSU fans' favorites, right? A man who was as critical to the 2019 national championship as anyone on that team, returning to the boot. As the New Orleans Saints have picked Clyde Edwards-Helaire up, they put him on the practice squad. And before you get into what he can do to help the team, again, I just want to celebrate Clyde, right? One of the great champions of the boot. Critical, like I said, in 2019, probably had the greatest quote ever. Throw your heart across the line and the body will follow. Taylor mentioned the Alabama game, whether it's some of those touchdowns late, the third and 8 conversion catch where he gets it like he catches it at his shoestrings. I mean, massive play after massive play in a game where you had to have it. He goes on to the NFL. He has 2 Super Bowl rings. Legend in every sense of the word. And here's to hoping that he can find both mental and physical success here, because obviously one of his he's been dealing, and he's on the record of saying this. I'm not exposing anything. He was on the non-football injury list earlier this year, dealing with some PTSD from an incident in which there was an attempted robbery with him and a teammate back in college, and a gun was pulled on him, and Clyde defended himself and ended up, like I said, defending himself and killing the assailant. No legal trouble because he's right with his rights, but that's something that I think it's impossible to go through and not emerge the other side unscathed. And sometimes it might take years to come out, right? And so he's been dealing with it, internalizing it, and it seems like he took some time for it this year. And so I hope, again, that healing process continues for one of the most beloved Tigers and great champions of the boot. My question to you, Jake, is only a few games, 3 games left of this football season. This is very late in the game. Practice squad, AKI, does he have a role? Do you see him actually on a game day field at some point this year?
I think he could. I mean, when you look at what you have available and what he can bring to the table, he's a veteran player. He can learn the offense pretty quickly. And again, it's a running back position, so it's not like it's quarterback. There's not as much. You can give him 5 plays. You tell him what your protection is. Hey, here's our sub protection. Here's what we call it. 4 down, Mike's 55. You got everybody else. Yep. I mean, so those things are things that I think a veteran player like Clyde could learn, depending on, how much they want to see of him. And, do they have a future plan? Hey, we feel like we kind of got this guy, obviously, under the radar. We feel like there's some value that he could bring to us and what we're trying to get done. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. He can go out there. I don't know how many games, if it's all 3 games, if it's 2 games, if it's 1 game, whatever it is, but he can get on the field and then maybe have a conversation of trying to bring him back.
If you sign on Wednesday, there's no way he'll be on the game day roster or Sunday. No, or you're saying you think he potentially could?
No, Wednesday's late. If it was even if it was Monday with a day off in which, so I signed with Denver on a Monday, but I had that Tuesday. So I had Monday practice, do the whole deal, but I had all day Tuesday. Brock Osweiler had to meet me at the facility, and he had to go over everything with him. He's a rookie. He was a backup quarterback, and so he had to meet me there. We were there all day long. You don't have that extra all day long day, so maybe not. Wednesday does feel kind of late, but not this week, but next week he potentially could be on the field.
And when you think about where, I want to talk Kendre Miller later, but when you think about where Kendre Miller struggles, it's pass protection. Clyde's a veteran. As Jake said, maybe you bring him in. He becomes that third down option. Not entirely sure. But nonetheless, regardless, I'm just happy that Clyde Edwards-Helaire going to be back in the boot. And in a season where there's not a ton to play for or look forward to from a Saints standpoint, we'll talk Packers coming up as well. It's nice to maybe, what if Clyde has a moment at the end of this year? That could be a silver lining to an otherwise kind of lost season for the New Orleans Saints and Who Dat Nation. So shout out Clyde. Welcome home. When we get back, let's close out hour number 1. Oh, it is Monday Night Football.
I was about to say, you do have an extra day. Yeah, you have an extra day because it is Monday night.
That is true. All right, when we get back, close out hour number 1 of OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota, there for you. If you need a brand new vehicle, maybe you want to get a Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get excellent warranty coverage. Maybe you want to rent. Maybe you just want to test drive, right? Sienna, Tundra, whatever. Toyotathon's going on right now, which we found a shocking statistic yesterday, Taylor. Good work here. Shout out to Taylor. Broken clock and all that. As Jordan Love, Jake, who we talked about on yesterday's show, Green Bay Packer quarterback. And this is not a good sign for the New Orleans Saints. Jordan Love's touchdown to interception ratio when it's not Toyotathon, 29-25. TD to picks when it is Toyotathon, 26-2. And unfortunately, guys, it is Toyotathon. Which is actually fortunate for you, though, because you get great deal. It's not good for the Saints.
Not good for the Saints.
No.
Bad recipe.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. Many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What happened, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. Hope you're having an excellent morning. Caden Salter to Colorado. I wonder if that, I don't know. I don't know what to make of Caden Salter right now. He had a massive step back from 2 years ago. And he was playing in an advantage spot, right? If you were playing for Liberty for the last 2 years, on any given Saturday, you were probably better than the opponent. With way more money put into your program, way more money put into your team. So to see that step back, I'd be a bit concerned about. Also, there's kind of some advanced analytics on Caden Salter where it's like he was inaccurate 2 years ago, but was kind of having success despite it. Like I remember somebody tweeting me a thing and then being like, inaccuracy always catches up or something along those lines. So we'll see. We'll see. But make no mistake, for Coach Prime in Colorado, they got a lot to replace. Maybe the number one pick in the entire NFL draft, the Heisman Trophy winner, and obviously, I mean, when you're talking about Shedeur Sanders, number one pick, quarterback, like there's nothing more important than getting that quarterback right. If they don't, who knows what happens to Colorado? We'll see. We'll see. But it does look like Coach Prime's going to be there.
Has Jamie Chadwell, has he called out Deion yet? I know he was super pissy when LSU got C.J. Daniels last year, so I didn't know if he had came out again. I
know, which again is so funny to me because everyone lives in glass houses here. Mm-hmm. As I just kind of alluded to, like, okay, you're upset because a bigger school paid more money to take your player, but like at the same time, you have more money than all of your peers. You're spending more money than everybody you compete against. So like you're on an uneven playing field almost every single weekend, and you rode it all the way into a major bowl game in year one at Liberty. So, yeah. What's this about a settlement going into NIL? Has anybody read this story yet?
Yeah, so apparently the state of Louisiana sued Juul. That was called.
Juul. Like Juul, the vape.
Yes.
The USB stick. You see all the young kids doing.
So
I thought they banned those.
Well, I think they did now.
Oh, okay.
So they sued them, and I believe $10 million is the number. And so the state is actually going to pay LSU and Louisiana Lafayette athletes through an NIL deal to film like a PSA.
Hell yeah.
On the effects of vaping. So the state's taking that money that they won in the settlement and giving it back to LSU and Louisiana Lafayette.
They should let me direct the commercials. We would bring back. Y'all remember the Truth? Was it Truth.com? What was the big initiative back in the day for anti-smoking? Truth.com. I would bring back all the Truth.com commercials.
No, I think mine would be the Saved by the Bell commercial that they filmed. About drugs and different things.
Is that like the caffeine pill episode?
Yeah.
With Jesse?
Yeah. Can you look that up, Tay? Mine would be more like that, I think.
I'm
where
definitely
AC's kind of walking down the stairs and stops.
You see this, and it's an egg, and it's like, this is your brain. Then freaking smash it in a cast iron pan and be like, this is your brain on Juul. And then just take the cast iron and hit Taylor, and do like a violent, like Guillermo del Toro, like Pan's Labyrinth, smashing the wine bottle in the nose, death, practical effects, and say, this is what happens when you Juul. You die. And then we just cut to straight black. Not anyway. Y'all don't like that commercial?
No. I've seen this is your brain. It's your brain on drugs. I've seen that before.
Yeah, but we escalated it. Athletes rule, Jules drool. Oh my
God.
Look, I'm just saying, guys, if you want these things to hit, you know where I am. I'm here every day. Get in touch with me. Hour one in the books.
Off the bench.
Talk roster. Coming up next. Right now, I want to remind you, it's a wonderful time of the year, most wonderful time of the year, for getting in on all the hoops, football, and hockey action at DraftKings Sportsbook. In a season of giving, we're being gifted college football and basketball, pro football and basketball, and pro hockey too, almost 24/7. Ooh, I like a lot of the dogs this weekend. I'll tell you that. Lines and odds, subject to change. And here's a gift for all new customers. Bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code Baton Rouge. It's code Baton Rouge, all one word. For new customers, get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537. 21 plus as we present in Louisiana. Select pairs only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bet must win in order to receive reward. Bonus bet expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms, gaming restrictions, dkng.co/audio. Licensing partner, Golden Nike, Lake Charles.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Thursday, December 19th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect clear skies with a high of 66. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll take a look at what LSU's roster might look like for the Texas Bowl, and we'll give a preview of the college football playoff. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Merry Christmas from Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota. Join Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert as we spread some holiday cheer and talk all things sports. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio. Let's get this Christmas party started.
Santa, tell me if you're really there. Don't make me fall in love again if you won't be here next year. Santa, tell me.
Let's go. Holiday Christmas party tonight. Company Christmas party, tonight. Can't wait. I'm with you, Alondra. I'm thinking about tying one on. You know?
Come to Colonel's Club. I know it's far, but
nah, I ain't gonna do that.
Come on.
No.
Where's that?
Because like literally,
T-Bob hates me.
That's no.
It's on Perkins,
Right,
like,
Overpass Merchant.
it's right under.
That is not true. You got to understand though. I live about 4 minutes away from where the party is.
Yeah.
And that would be about 30 minutes in the opposite direction.
Yeah,
That's way too much. It's way too much. No. But I will see you at the party.
Like no fun.
What time's the party?
69. Ooh, 69. Funny. But yeah, it's gonna be I remember getting pretty sauced up last year at this too. It's always a good time.
You act like that's how the norm.
Yeah.
He keeps saying it like I'm like, oh really?
Not on Thursdays, dude.
T-Bob's
Normally
like,
I don't go
guys,
hard on
believe it
Thursdays."
or not, I went a little too hard last year at the Christmas party.
Yeah, I guess.
I think I'm gonna go too hard tonight.
Yeah.
Sorry about it.
I mean, that is true. To Jake's point, just last Saturday at the Nutcracker Rap Party, I ended up staying at Dr. Mike's house till like 1 a.m. was the last person to leave.
Yeah.
Everybody else is gone. I was just with the family.
The family and T-Bob.
I guess it's time for me to be hitting the old dusty trail.
The wife pulls him to the side. She's like, hey, like, when's he going to leave? And he's like, I don't know. I'm trying to get him out. Trying to get him out of here.
Uber, he just keeps saying his Uber's on the way. Yeah, I can't wait, though. I love a good holiday Christmas party.
I love an open bar.
Because open bar, but then also it's like.
And I love a photo booth.
At the beginning of the night, there's always a little bit of, a bit of awkward conversation. Everybody's you're not going through the motions. What am I looking for? Right? Everybody's finding their footing. But open bar gets going. Next thing you know, then like some hugs start happening.
Yeah.
A lot of knee slapping and laughing. Until like, everybody's just like talking to everybody. Everybody's basically just yelling at each other. Nobody's listening to each other, but everybody's having a great time. It's gonna be great.
I went to the last one. I was only there for like an hour because we got there late because we had like a Calandros. They did the whiskey raffle the same day. So Matt did like a remote from there and I had to go. So I'm excited to be there for the full time.
Yeah, hell yeah. Are you going to show up at 6 though? Because that's not the play.
No, it's not the play.
No,
I'm a fashionably late type person, but also like it's not on purpose. Sometimes I just literally lose track of time.
Yeah, no, I feel like about a 6:30 arrival time, 7 o'clock maybe.
6:30, but also you gotta leave a little bit before it's over. You don't want to be. I don't want to pull a T-Bob and be the very last person there. So I'm thinking a cool 6:30 to 8:30.
You say that now.
30 minutes after it starts. 30 minutes before it's over.
I was thinking for me 7 to 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. They're like 7 to 8. I'll probably do 6:30 to 8:30, like somewhere along those lines.
Yeah, you say that now, but who knows? You might be feeling, might be having fun at 8 o'clock, and then who knows what happens?
Yeah.
Right? Hour more of open bar. Let's see where this goes.
To work the next morning.
Yeah, it's gonna be hurting on Friday. Make no mistake about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if Olaval's going to be seeing me at 5 a.m. on Friday or not yet. Even though sometimes that is the best thing to do if you force yourself to. Go sweat it out and just really attack that hangover with a ferocity.
I can't.
You can though, right? What did y'all just tell me yesterday?
That's true. You're right.
No T-beta energy. Okay, you can.
You're right.
Jake said we can't say can't. Okay, remember?
Yeah,
never say never
now.
and all that. You can. You just got to do it. Force yourself to.
I've done it a couple times and it sucks.
It does suck. Really, really exceedingly
you're not allowed
badly.
To say can't. Not can't say can't. Because then you say can't.
Yeah. I think that's funnier though.
That's still not to the principle of what they're trying to get done.
No.
Anyways, I need to see the PSA how I want LSU players to look like when they're getting paid NIL deals to not vape.
All right, let's see this.
Dumb.
Stupid.
Crazy. Dangerous.
Stinks. In one word, would I use dope? Nope. These kids are right. Drugs will hurt your mind, your body, and your life. Hi, I'm Brandon Tartikoff, chairman of NBC Entertainment. And I've got a hit idea for the new fall season. Don't do drugs. There's no hope with dope!
There's no way that Screech is wearing that shirt and doesn't smoke weed.
Also, like,
absolutely no way.
Didn't like Dustin Diamond, what he known as like a party?
No. I mean, look, to be clear, that I think they are talking about weed. I don't think they're using dope in regards to like heroin.
Still,
like
though,
I think of it, but like that is if that's not a sign of the times. Because you mentioned wanting to go to New York City earlier, Alondra, and I mean, you go to any major city in America now, and all you smell is weed.
Yeah.
The entire city, like everywhere, you just smells.
Dude, I smell it
weed.
in like if there's like an accident on the interstate and I'm stopped, a car comes by and I just smell it. I'm like, what are we doing?
Hey, we won.
We won.
There's no hope with dope.
That's what I'm going to recreate.
Yeah, that's actually a great call.
Nussmeier's going to be Zach Morris.
Dumb.
Whit Weeks could be AC Slater. Walking down in the jersey.
Yes. But who gets stuffed in the locker?
Ramos, kicker, easy target.
I was going to say, just like, even though it doesn't make complete sense, just Blake Groupie, He's probably been there before.
Yeah.
Like,
he kind of looks like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, you could put him in there and nobody would be confused about it. Everybody would immediately understand. You have the Weeks brothers giving Blake Groupie a swirly, and they pull him out, and Blake's like, dumb. You don't acknowledge that they're bullying. They just do an anti-vaping thing.
What's it like on
even bullies don't vape.
What do they do that with the you don't recognize your butt? Okay, the beginning of Ted, the original Ted.
I do not. I've only seen original Ted one time.
Okay,
so I don't know if I'm going
to beginning,
be able to ride with
he has
him.
like no friends. He just moves into the neighborhood. It's like Mark Wahlberg as a kid, and his name's John Bennett. He's walking around the neighborhood. Everybody's like, "Get lost, Bennett!" And he walks up, and these two kids are beating the crap out of this other kid. And the kid that's getting beat up goes, "Yes, scram, Bennett!" And then they go back to beating him up. It's the exact same thing.
Yes, exactly. Okay, that's really good, actually. Damn. I mean, if they don't do that, that's going to be very disappointing. Yeah. Ryan Smith's probably right. T-Bot's already probably hard in the Photoshop lab putting our faces on Saved by the Bell. All right, let's talk about the Texas Bowl because this is something I wanted to talk about for a while, but we keep getting distracted, but now's the perfect time to do it. What?
I know this man ain't saying we keep getting distracted.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What, is that a team effort? You're not a Foxhole guy? Okay, I get it. I keep getting distracted, I guess.
No, that's my point. It's what we always do.
Also, we did talk about this a couple weeks ago.
No, we didn't. We didn't.
All right, let's hear your breakdown of the Texas
Bowl. My
Bowl.
God, y'all are annoying me now. I don't want to talk anymore. I do, though. Okay, so no Emory Jones.
Mm-hmm.
No Will Campbell. No Mason Taylor. No C.J. Daniels. No Sage Ryan. No Javier Suggs. No Kamorian Pimpton. Am I missing anybody else? I mean, obviously, like no Ricky Collins. I'm trying to think about players that played that will not be available.
There will always be a surprise.
Yeah, there's more names. There's more names that maybe we can't talk about yet that we think. But, okay, let's engage with just these, right? These are pretty critical names. And you're going against a Baylor team that's had a pretty solid season. A bit of an up and down season, but they have one of the best quarterbacks in the bowl season, really. So what does it look like? Yesterday, the media was able to go to LSU practice, and Wilson Alexander tweeted out what the LSU offensive line was, Jake. It was Tyree Adams at left tackle, Paul Mabinga at left guard, DJ Chester at center, Bo Bordelon at right guard, and Miles Frazier at right tackle. That's going to be very interesting to watch play out, and I have no idea how to predict how that will work out.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and Tete, maybe you know this. I mean, it's been a long time. Didn't Frazier play tackle at FIU before he was
a tackle at FIU? Because remember, when he came in, people were like, he could play tackle, he could play center. I mean, they kind of liked him everywhere.
Okay. Well, I mean, so that makes me feel a little bit better about the situation that he does have experience out there playing tackle. He's been on an island before. It's been a while, but still, he does have that experience. The other players, I mean, Adams playing left tackle. He got a couple of plays here this year, but still, I mean, you're going from maybe the best left tackle in the country. It's going to be a downgrade. That's not to besmirch Adams. It's just what it is.
Oh, that's pretty ball.
What is he watching?
Is that Jelani Watkins?
That's Aaron Anderson.
Aaron Anderson, my bad. I don't know, dude.
What?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Here's where I would be concerned, Jake, though, is it's not just like, can they physically get it done? Though, without a doubt, that is a question.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, we all believe in Dave Aranda as a defensive coach, right? And as a defensive schemer. I would feel as if Dave Aranda is looking at this the same way that Mike Elko was able to take advantage in the second half against maybe like a Paul Mabinga. But I would believe that Dave Aranda is looking at this and sort of licking his chops in terms of, because I feel like there's been a few times, even with the very experienced LSU offensive line this year, Jake, where they've been able to be manipulated into mistakes. And now you think about Aranda and the just years and years of experience that he has in creating pressure. When he was at LSU, one of the things I used to enjoy most was looking at the number of times he would bring 4 or more than 4 and the looks that he would bring them out of, right? Where a lot of times they'd be like, only 4 are coming, but you never know where they're coming from. I am going to be fascinated to see if this offensive line can hold up from a physical standpoint and from a mental standpoint in terms of responsibilities, because this is a lot of moving parts. Not a lot of chemistry having been developed in games before this, and now it's all on DJ Chester to make these calls. Miles Frazier, whoever, I don't know if the guards were helping him. Garrett Dellinger, that's a ton of experience to try to replace. And we'll see if Chester's up to it. And then we'll see if Bordelon, Frazier, Mabinga, Adams, because that's the other part. LSU's offensive line at this point probably could have done a lot of these calls without talking to one another. Yeah. That's how long they've been playing with each other. That's a real thing. So I'm a bit concerned, but deeply intrigued to watch this bowl game O-line. And it'll also speak maybe to next year who you can maybe get excited about in terms of pieces moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, this part of it is what it is for all teams that are playing in bowl season.
Yeah.
You're going to have to, piece everything together. Outside of the 12 teams that are playing in the college football playoff, there's not even the New Year's 6 bowl games anymore. Those are now playoff games. And so this is going to be the situation across the country. Now, I don't know what Baylor's team looks like. Maybe we can do a deep dive into that.
Yeah, that'll require some research.
Kind of what their numbers look like. But this is what you're going to see across the country. And it's a little nerve-wracking because you've got, again, your biggest asset, Garrett Nussmeier, who's going to be your guy next year, and a guy that's on every single way too early Heisman for next year article that you see. Like, he's, across the country. Like, I know there was, a stretch there where a lot of people were doubting him, but no, he's really good.
Well, to be fair, there was also a stretch there where a lot of people were calling him the best quarterback in the country until he fell off.
No, and people I talked to on my other show, Gary Nussmeier's a dude. So that's your asset. That's what you have to protect. And so, it is a little nerve-wracking there. As far as receivers and backs, you'll be good there, but tight ends and offensive line in this bowl game, we talked about earlier, safeties as well, but protecting your biggest asset, it should be a worry because this is a completely new offensive line. Only one person is going to be playing in the position that they started the year, being the starter.
Yeah. So 3 completely new faces and 4 people playing in new positions. What about tight end? Who do you have? Obviously, you got Trades Green still in his sort of hybrid role. Who else with no Pimpton and Mason Taylor? No Mac Markway either.
He'd been gone for a minute.
But still, I'm just reinforcing you're down 3 tight ends from what you thought you had entering the season.
And Bordelon was your jumbo tight end.
Yeah.
And now he's playing right guard.
Yeah. But, you can always throw another, you throw another lineman in there as the old jumbo.
Yeah, but it's still new.
It is still new, to be fair. What other tight ends are on the roster?
Gabe Leonards has played a lot of special teams. He's a former walk-on. He plays a ton of special teams. I mean, I'm just looking at the guys physically.
I love a walk-on that has worked his way into special teams reps. That means they like him. That means he works his ass off. That means he's pretty good. I would love to see him get an opportunity in this game. That's a fun kind of opening to reward a player that does things the right way.
I mean, Gabe Leonards, Landon Craig, a freshman walk-on, and Trades Green.
Wow.
And those are your guys.
Wow. God, Garrett Nussmeier, man. What a weird game to be playing in, Jake.
Yeah. I mean, because even in the bowl game he played last year, he hadn't played all year, but he had Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr., and he had Will Campbell and Emory Jones.
Yeah.
And, he had
This is
weapons.
the inverse. This is the complete inverse. He's got a new offensive line. He's lost his major safety blanket in Mason Taylor. C.J. Daniels has been solid for him all year long. Is Kyron Lacey playing?
Haven't heard one way or the other.
Okay. Who announced they are playing yesterday? Somebody confirmed it.
I'm trying to watch this video that LSU football posted as well.
Braden Swinson is.
Yeah, Swinson's playing in the ball game.
Yes, thank you, Alondra. Good job. Shout out to Braden Swinson. continues to
Giovanni
be a real one.
Peterson, who started as a walk-on
Yeah.
but did earn a scholarship. He's a special teams war daddy as well. In the video that they posted on Twitter yesterday of some of the throws Nussmeier made,
Giovanni?
you could tell he's 45's in there at tight end.
I wonder if he'll ever get his hands on Pikachu.
I knew when you said Giovanni that something was coming.
I was either going to go that or Giovanni Mangio, Luigi's brother.
Giovanni was in one of them, and Tradez was in the other. So there's 2 tight ends.
Okay, there you go. Giovanni, hey, man, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, there he is right there, 45.
Good. Look, again, I think this is a great opportunity.
Look at us.
For a guy that practices hard, works hard. Like, this is a great opportunity to finally get to go play and maybe do some on game day. So I'm rooting for Giovanni Bernard. Peterson. I am rooting for Giovanni Peterson. You know, Peterson's my mother's maiden name.
I did not know that. Maybe you're related.
Probably.
But he's
Babiani.
He's 6'4", 250. Like he's a player that.
Well, I'm almost 6'4", my tall.
You notice.
6'4", 250. That is a big boy.
He did play. Like he played in the bowl game against Purdue. I remember a couple of times. So. He's from Colorado. I don't think y'all are related.
You know what's funny? You're gonna have to study the roster like you study an opponent's roster. For calling this game, yeah, to make sure you're up to snuff on who, what, when, where, and how.
Yeah. The old flip chart's not going to be the one that we've used all year.
No. The point is, okay, look, guys, you want to see, though, I say, okay, watch this game through the lens of just understanding how much change there's going to be, especially offensively. And then we can all just watch this game to be fascinated to see how Garrett Nussmeier navigates it, right? What a weird end-of-the-year test for Nuss heading into 2025. And who will excite us as you move forward into 25. All right, when we get back, because that's the other weird part about it, Jake, it's not even really representative of the roster because of the portal guys and everything else. Like, it's going to be vastly different. It's such a, like, kind of Twilight Zone sort of roster you're going to have here. All right, when we get back here on OTB, I want to talk a bit about the college football playoff, talk some Saints-Packers as well. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GoTommys.com. GoTommys.com. How do you spell go?
Geaux.
That's right, baby. And if you want to upgrade to energy efficient hardy plank or vinyl siding, energy efficient wood or vinyl windows, any type of door, you want to go to Tommy's. And the reasons are many. Nearly 3 decades of experience. Every year since Tommy was founded, it's gotten the Angie Service Award because their customers are consistently satisfied. You heard me mention energy efficiency. These are investments that pay for themselves. Also, lifetime warranties, guys. Lifetime warranties on those windows and siding. So what are you waiting for? GoTommys.com.
Go to the website today. Check out what they can do for you. Gallery of work, testimonials of past clients. But also remember, we tell you every day they can customize your job to what you are looking to get done at your home or business. GoTommys.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, Our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to
Silent night.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All is calm. All is bright. Round yon virgin
Taylor.
Got him. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
How much do you think this bowl game means to LSU? Because I think it means something to Baylor. They're winners of 6 in a row, a season that felt lost at a time. I mean, they're sitting there at 2-4. Really disappointing loss to Colorado. Game they should have won. You know, it would have been real. Dave Aranda on the ropes, right? It would have been real easy to just give it up, pack it in. They managed to finish strong. They win 6 in a row. They finished 6-3 in conference, you know, right outside the top 4 that all finished 7-2, right on the edge. I mean, really, they would have been in that crew had they not somehow found a way to blow that Colorado game. So I guess the point of this is a Baylor team that has belief to finish hot. Jake, you mentioned that it doesn't seem like they've had a lot of portal attrition in this time. Like they'll be bringing a more complete team to bear.
Yeah, we were trying to look it up during the break. There's not a ton of guys. There's not like mass exodus. As far as, you know, what it looks like going to be playing in this bowl game, there's not a lot of early entries into the NFL as well like you have if you're LSU.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And one of the best quarterbacks in the Big 12, as we alluded to. In fact, where does he rank in terms of, let me see here, passer rating? Sawyer Robertson right now, 3rd in the Big 12 in pass rating, 26 tuds, 7 picks, 8.3 yards per attempt, 63 completion percentage. So a defense that will be missing a lot of safeties and whatnot going to be tested here. I guess so. Like last year, I thought the bowl game meant a ton. LSU desperately needed to get to 10 wins.
Yeah.
In an almost ironic twist, I find like myself a bit more ambivalent on 8-5 versus 9-4. You know, I don't know why. I mean, you definitely want to win the game. You always want to win the game, but it feels like LSU fans' temperament at this point, since the season was lost a long time ago in so many people's minds, I almost get the feeling that a lot of people are almost like their excitement or lack of it's all going to have to do with like transfer portal and offseason movement, rosters, and looking forward to the future as opposed to this bowl game. Though, again, this bowl game is looking forward to the future because you'll get eyes on guys that are going to be expected to step up in some of these roles next season.
Yeah, and you have a lot of positive momentum going right now, I think.
Yeah, it's true.
With all the money that's coming in and what you've done in the transfer portal, you had a top 10 recruiting class, and I know that momentum kind of goes in peaks and valleys, but I think you do have some right now. And
yeah,
I think it's helped a little bit of the sting of having a disappointing regular season. So,
true.
I think you want to keep that going.
Yeah, you don't want to blow this up. You're right. You don't want to blow that up. That's a very good point. We'll see. We'll see who
But,
wants
it
more.
does mean a lot to Baylor. Like, you can tell it means a lot to Baylor. It's Dave Aranda coaching against his former team where he was the coordinator. The way they've been playing, what a win against an LSU would mean for a team like Baylor. So you're getting their best shot.
It's weird, too. Remember, Baylor, when Dave Aranda first got there, they were, a diving inch away from being Big 12 champs?
Yeah.
Right? First year, Oklahoma
sure,
State barely finding a way into the end zone to win the Big 12. Otherwise, it would have been Aranda and Baylor. And since then, they've taken so many steps back. This is a chance for them to really gain some momentum heading the offseason. So we'll see. We'll see here soon enough. Remember, guys, AgTemp Baton Rouge, agtempbr.com, agtempbr.com. You need your AC, heating, or electrical system worked on. Why don't you go with the guys that give you service to the highest degree? Okay? The internet does not like much, but it loves AccuTemp. With thousands of reviews, they have a 4.9 rating, and, that's because service to the highest degree is at the center of everything they do. So I don't care if it's residential, if you're a business owner, you have your commercial needs. AccuTemp has you with licensed, bonded, and insured employees. So they send you biographies about ahead of time. You know exactly who's coming into your home. They work so damn hard to make sure your problems are solved. Once you experience it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Ask about the Star Club membership while you're in there as well. So no matter where you are in the listening area, AccuTempBR.com, AccuTemp of Baton Rouge. Jake, how do you feel about the current state of college football? This was a debate I was having with some friends yesterday. They were they were claiming college football to be rudderless, talking about wacky seating, teams wearing, I guess, color rush uniforms. Somebody's upset, some people are upset with Tennessee, I think, and Ohio State's unis, or Ohio State and somebody else's unis.
Ohio State's wearing all red. Tennessee's wearing all white.
Yeah. Neutral presentations on the field, even though there's a home team. How do you feel? We'll get to Diego Pavia as well, but how are you currently feeling? Do you like how college football? Actually, let's start with the playoffs specifically. Do you like how college football is handling the playoff thus far?
Yeah, we don't even know what it looks like. We don't have a game until tomorrow.
Do you think that the seeding is? It is tomorrow. Thank God. Let's go. Do you think the seeding is off kilter?
I actually don't mind it because if you turn it to a 1 through 12, I think you're going to have the Big Ten, the SEC get the first 6 spots every year, even some years where maybe they don't deserve it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I'm okay with the seeding.
What do you think about the sort of neutral presentation somewhat in terms of the home teams are the home teams, but they'll paint the field in such to make it look like it's a like a playoff game?
I think if you get a home playoff game, you've earned the right to have the home playoff game.
I agree.
So you should have your colors, your marks.
I agree. Like in a wild card game, like an NFL home game, it's just a home game,
Just
right?
a home game, yeah.
Yeah. I agree. That would be maybe a slight change that I would make. I would say this. College football, I do not view as rudderless. I view it as maybe captainless, but it is being just somebody else. Well, who's controlling it then? The invisible hand, right? That most magical of economic forces. You know what's controlling college football? Money, the market. And for now, it's odd, Jake. There are certainly little things that need to be worked on and changed, little shifts in direction, I think, in an ideal situation. But for the most part, I like what the invisible hand's doing, Was this not the most enjoyable college football season we've probably had since 2007? in terms of unpredictability, exciting teams on the rise. Teams that we expect picked to finish last, ending up first, upsets every single weekend. No 1,000-pound gorilla in the room where it's just kind of like, oh, well, throw your hands up. Like, remember Georgia 21 when LSU made did anybody believe that anybody was beating that team? I guess Ohio State got close, but it was very kind of like, whatever, they're gonna win the night. So it's interesting. You can call it captainless, rudderless, whatever you want. I do like the direction of the evolution, even though certainly there's probably some things that need to be cleaned up a bit.
Yeah, this year had more parity than we've had in very long. Like 07, remember, like there was teams like Boston College and South Florida and West Virginia that were like number 2 teams in the country. Yeah. We had a lot of parity in that season as well, and that's what I think made it fun. It's what made it engaging. There was a lot of fan bases that were staying in it longer because they didn't really know what was going to happen. So let's let this one play out. I know a lot of people are angry and screaming, and how is Boise State and Arizona State? I know our guy Hunt Palmer went all in. I'm like, Hunt, you haven't watched an Arizona State game this year. You haven't watched a game probably played west of Texas this year. Let's let it play out. Let's see what happens. Let's see what Arizona State does against the winner of Texas and Clemson. Let's see what Boise State is able to get done. And then at the end of the day, if it turns out the way a lot of people thought, then we'll revisit this conversation.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Now, I do think eventually there is going to have to be, and this ties into Diego Pavia, there's going to have to be some sort of collectively bargained something or another. I don't know what a union looks like in a thing like college where the players are so transient. I suppose the NFL union is no different in that regards in a lot of ways. Because, honestly, if you're bargaining on behalf of the players union in a NFL CBA, you are bargaining on behalf of future people that really have no say in it, but will be beholden to it. So I guess it's not that dissimilar. So I think you'll get there, and it'll require the players giving up some leverage, and it'll require the schools as well. We'll get there eventually, and maybe you get a commissioner again. But it is kind of fascinating, right? You look right now, the owners control the NFL through Roger Goodell. There really is no. Is there a leader in college football? Not leader. Is there somebody who actually has commissioner power in college football? Because it ain't the NCAA and Charlie Baker.
No.
You say Greg Sankey, but look, everybody was so excited to get their thumb in their nose at Sankey, his own people included. Kirby did it on the SEC championship podium.
Yeah, with him 5 feet away.
And tell me the playoff committee didn't love getting a hold of Alabama out in SEC to 3 teams? Sorry, Greg. Because everybody loves it when or everybody's nice when you're in the catbird seat and you're kind of lording over everybody else. But when they have a chance to get you, they gonna get you. So it's kind of fascinating thing that the second biggest sport in America doesn't actually have that central leadership.
Yeah, and Jimbo talks about this all the time on Tuesdays with us. He's like, who's the leadership? Who is the say all be all? Who has the final answer? He's like, there's not that person. And he mentioned it being the second biggest sport in our country, right? Bigger than MLB, bigger than NBA, bigger than all of it. And it's like, imagine if those leagues didn't have a commissioner. It's
kind of funny. It's almost like the ultimate free market capitalist experiment. It is truly just being run by the money and market forces. We'll see where it ends up going. But hey, I'm pumped, dude. I'm pumped. Playoffs this weekend. I love the parity. There's no real favorite in the 12 team. Let's freaking watch some football, guys. More OTB next.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. I am going to repeat the stat that we did in the first All-Star read today because I find it to be fascinating. The New Orleans Saints are getting ready to play the Green Bay Packers on Monday night. The Green Bay Packers quarterback is Jordan Love. Right now at All-Star Toyota, Toyotathon is going on, which means you get great deals on 24s, 25s. Go check them out at allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. Unfortunately for the Houdat Nation, Jordan Love's touchdown to interception ratio when it's not Toyotathon is 29-25, basically 1-1. But when it is Toyotathon, Jordan Love is 26 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions. So, Saints defense is going to be challenged greatly on Monday night. Go to All-Star to Baton Rouge.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good news for him. It's good news for you, though. Toyotathon is going on. Go to the website today to find out more information. allstartoyota.batonrouge.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local.
Welcome back to more sports talk with some other stuff mixed in. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Hey, I got a UI design question. Let's say, pay attention, Alondra. Let's say, what? Looked like she was trying to suffocate a fly with her eyes back there.
What does that even mean?
That's my favorite Family Guy line. I think Peter's sleeping in a class or something, and the teacher calls him out for it. He's like, I wasn't sleeping. I was just trying to suffocate it. There was a fly in my eye, and I was trying to suffocate it. Something along those lines.
Well, my eyes weren't closed.
No, they were not closed. UI design question. Let's say you're designing a menu, and somebody has to choose between 2 different options, okay? How do you make it to where you know which option is highlighted?
What do you mean? Like
I feel like far too often I'll be on a menu and I'll be trying to choose between 2 different things. And I'm like, well, what color is the not selecting this color and what color is the selection, right? Like if you had black and red,
like you have to color code it, or like how
I
do
don't
you
know.
make it
I'm
stand
saying
out?
sometimes, yeah, like sometimes, how do you
bold one of the menu names? Make the font just slightly bigger, not enough for the naked eye, but it kind of stands out a little bit. I mean, you can do anything.
Okay, you know what?
Maybe center that one a little bit more and have the other one kind of off to the side.
Yeah, maybe like pop out like when you scroll on it. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good call, Taylor.
I mean,
good job. Taylor wins. See, Landry, you got to be quicker. Pay more attention. You could have beaten him.
Yeah, I just don't really fully understand what you're asking.
Yeah, I'm probably not. I don't think many do. Anyway, how do we feel about Diego Pavia? So a judge recently granted Diego Pavia a restraining order against the NCAA. Really, restraining order, well, it's not it just means that for now, he is eligible to play football next season. The judge, for the time being, has agreed with him that there needs to be discussion as to whether or not JUCO years count against NCAA eligibility. This is a court case that in all likelihood would not be finished, Jake, until after next season. So it certainly looks like Diego Pavia is going to be back at Vanderbilt for maybe 2 years though, right? He played 2 years at JUCO. And if they end up ruling that JUCO does not count, that's another year that Pavia would have. I don't know why. I feel like it just feels like a step too far to me. I'm not sure why.
Of all the ish going on right now, Diego Pavia trying to get another year because he did go through the grind of JUCO is the thing that's a step too far. Not players getting $12.5 million out of high school without taking a snap. Not players making demands of how many third downs they play. Not guys having personal drivers to and from practice.
No.
But Diego Pavia, who knows he's not an NFL player, trying to get an extra year, that's a step too far.
It's not Diego Pavia specifically. It's maybe the slippery slope that this ruling represents. Now, granted, I don't hate the idea that JUCO maybe wouldn't count, right? I'm okay with a guy being allowed a bit more leeway. You know, guys sometimes need more time to develop. Maybe they got to learn how to get their head on straight academically. I don't hate that from a ruling standpoint. What I potentially fear, Jake, and this could come about in this ruling whenever they go to court for this, what if they say the NCAA has no ability to enforce eligibility at all? Because they might not be able to. Why would they be able to? Everything else they've ruled the NCAA can't do anything. And so you have no eligibility, and guys just get to play forever.
Look, you got Miami guys playing for 9 years. You got Cam Rising playing for 73 years.
At least that's through, COVID, medical, red shirt.
3 medical red shirts is a lot, though.
Yeah, but bro, one. I mean, 3. Yeah, I know, but come on. Come on, but 3 season-ending injuries sucks. It's not like you got to play all 9 years.
It does suck. It is nobody's
junior
fault.
college sucks.
Yeah,
okay.
I just said I just said I think I'm okay with the JUCO part of it. I didn't know it wasn't a part of the NCAA, so that's a fine argument. I'm wondering what happens. Is that what breaks the camel's back into a CBA? If there's a rule that there's no eligibility, or do people would coaches even care? Would they want no eligibility, and all of a sudden they got more stable rosters, less recruiting?
T-Pal
and we just have a full farm league.
So someone can stay at JUCO for 4 years. JUCOs aren't 4-year schools; they're 2-year schools. So, no, and then transfer and play 4 more years. No, JUCOs are only 2 years, and so that's what Diego was able to do. I don't know, man. I think this is a JUCO versus an NCAA situation. I don't think you're going to get to a point where you got 42-year-olds out there playing in the NCAA. Now, if you want to open it back up, T-Bob and I will start training now to get a little NIL deal.
I will not. My body's...
I will.
My body's done, dude. My shoulder, man. I can't even lift a freaking...
I'm
out here lifting like
or somewhere else. You're going to try something different. Why not?
Running back. He's too old for running back. He can't play running back anymore.
I can play running back.
No, but I'm saying, would you want to or just take a shot?
No, I'll play running back.
Running back?
Yeah, I'll be a war daddy, too.
You can get... you'll play fullback. And we'll give you 1 or 2 plays.
I'll play running back.
He's telling you think you gonna beat out Caden Durham, Bo? this old dog.
I tell you all the time.
This old cranky silver whiskered basset hound. I don't know, bro.
Can't teach an old dog new tricks, but an old dog can trick you every once in a while.
Caden's like one of them little whippets. What are those? Those little.
the dogs.
Yeah, right. Isn't that what they're called?
Yeah, the real fast ones.
Yeah, dude, those things can fly.
Jake could be goal line back.
See, yeah, I agree. I would take Jake. I'd take Jake in a yard.
See,
I don't think I'm taking Jake against Caden Durham in the open field right now.
Yeah, I finished my long runs in the end zone.
Wow, that just feels like a rim shot. You should come after me, not Caden. He didn't do it. He's playing hurt out there.
I didn't say anything about Caden.
What was it, 80, 87, 89 against Tech? Something like
87.
that? 87.
Yeah, he also got out-sprinted by a ref in that video.
I don't care. Did he tackle me?
No, he did not. He had a smooth hip flip,
Well,
though.
in fairness, the ref,
didn't have pads on.
So he also had like a 30-yard head start. So.
Yeah, but you got to see the top speed. He had a nice hip flip, too. It was really smooth on the ref's part, to be fair. All right.
I mean, just because you can't block 3 techniques anymore, don't put me in a box.
No chance. Look, man. Okay. I want you to train and then do one practice. One practice at running back.
I tried to do this 2 years ago.
For real?
No, not me. But I had an idea for a reality show where you take a group of 12 former NFL players that all played at least 4 years, so vested into the NFL. You give them 3 months to train. The reality TV show follows them during the training, and whoever wins the competition gets $1 million and a full year guaranteed in the UFL.
I actually like that.
Great.
I mean, Bobby was on board.
Oh man, that'd be great because all y'all are also athletes with the utmost confidence. So it would be, and every man of the 12 would believe they were going to win, and so it would be fascinating to see who would actually end up emerging.
Did that?
Hold on, we got to go to break. We're very long. I apologize. More OTB closing hour next.
Off the bench.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. Is this an official spread? Grant Rabley says, how about this? Baylor's a 1-point favorite. Can you look that up? GetGordon.com, guys, is the website where you go on there. You can fill out a consult form. They'll get in touch with you immediately. See cases they handle, see past results as well. Follow them on social media at GetGordon. A lot of great content there. Get to know Gordon and the team. A lot of good laughs. See a bunch of stuff with your favorite athletes. Remember, Gordon remains one of the at the forefront of LSU's NIL initiatives. 225-8888. Get Gordon. Get it done.
Yeah, Baylor is a favorite. We can talk about that coming back. We can talk about Gordon now. Go to the website, getgordon.com. You can have a chat with them right there as soon as you log on to the site. You can find them on social media at GetGordon. You can always pick up the phone in Louisiana. All you do is put your area code, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? What's going on? Taylor, could you do shim for me? Or actually, we'll get ready for next hour because I don't think we have time here. I apologize. I lost track of the time. It's on me, guys. I still want to talk about Kendra Miller. We got Big Deal, No Big Deal. We got Munchie's going to watch a Superman trailer in hour number 3, which just dropped. How about it? We got our NFL story of the day, Ask the Bench. So we got a lot left to get to on today's show. Man, probably should have kept that music going, huh? Taylor, do something.
What do you want me to do?
You tell me.
What do you think about Baylor being a 1-point favorite over LSU?
There we go. Thank you, God.
Can we answer this random phone call on the air?
Yes. Who is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, answer it. See what they're going to say.
Like, I'm going to put it on the air.
Put it on the air.
All right, they're on the air.
Hello?
Hello?
Yo, what's going on?
I just want to know who peed in Evan's cold soup this morning.
In Evan cold soup? Whose soup?
That's all. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day. Does anybody know who peed in Evan's soup?
Wait, somebody called that. What?
I have no idea what just happened. Just an absolute fever dream train wreck of a segment.
Evan's going through it this morning, though.
Who was that? Why did you call? Call back. I have so many questions.
He say who peed in Evan's soup?
Yeah, Evan Cole. Who's Evan Cole? Am I missing something? Am I missing the joke here? Is it gone over my head? It's entirely possible. Baylor being a 1-point favorite, though. Is that a host?
He's a business exec, CEO of HD Buttercup, a home furnishing and interiors retailer. Makes sense now, guys.
Yeah, it does
Did he
make
say
a lot of
Cohen?
sense. I have no idea what he said, to be fair.
He could have said Evan Cohen. Evan Cohen hosts Unsportsmanlike, the show that comes on right before us on ESPN Radio. That makes actually way more sense. That makes way more sense.
Who the hell is Evan Cohen?
Evan Canty and Michelle, the show that comes on before us.
Who? Right on.
Off the Bench.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Business or nonprofit, whether your business is planning its next big step or just taking its first, you can benefit from Gulf Coast Bank and Trust's knowledgeable bankers, their personal service, and business solutions. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Thursday, December 19th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect clear skies with a high of 66. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll have Big Deal or No Big Deal at 9 a.m. And then 9:15, our Munchie segment with LSU Executive Chef Michael Johnson. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Santa's Little Helpers, Jacob Hester and T-Bob Bear are taking over Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota. Tune in for some naughty and nice sports talk this Christmas season. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Bear.
Welcome back, OTB, hour number 3. Happiness and love is in the air. See Alondra move in love here on this Thursday.
I haven't even said anything or done anything negative.
No, I feel like you laugh every time I say walk in love.
It's funny to say that. And I told you that the other day, and you sent a really mean message back.
What'd I say? It's probably not.
No.
Probably not allowed to say on air.
No.
Well, whatever. You deserved it. All right, let's go ahead and start every hour number 3 on Thursday like we do every single week, and that is a big deal or no big deal.
Ain't no big deal.
Big deal?
No big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Oh, Dougie Big No Big Deal. Doug Gottlieb. Dougie Doug. Have y'all seen the Doug Gottlieb drama recently?
Doug.
No.
Yes.
So first off, remember, Doug Gottlieb got hired to be a head basketball coach.
Yep.
At
Green Bay.
Green Bay. Okay, I couldn't remember Green Bay who's he played or who. Anyway.
He played at Notre Dame and Oklahoma State.
No. I couldn't. Yeah, no. Apparently he got kicked off in Notre Dame for stealing credit cards.
Stealing credit cards, yeah.
But Doug Gottlieb. So first off, Adam Schefter the other day was reported on Sacramento State, who we told you has a lot of Fortune 500 CEOs as their alumni. They have a lot of money. They have $60 million in an NIL fund. Schefter reported on this. Doug Gottlieb responded to him basically saying, look, anybody with a brain knows this isn't true, Schefter. To which Adam responded to him with a with a screenshot of Doug's conference standings in which Doug's team is dead last, having lost 7 in a row. And he said, hey, a little less time on Twitter, a little more time in the gym there, Doug. So he got absolutely bodied by Schefter. How did he follow it up? Well, he had a press conference before his next game, and he literally said, quote, by the way, they're playing a Division II school. They're a Division I school, Green Bay. He said, quote, I don't really like the idea of nobody you coming in here. What do we learn playing a game where we win by 20? Well, wouldn't you know? After calling him nobody you, after saying, what do we learn when playing a game by 20? They lost 72-70, and the losing streak's now up to 8 games. I mean, no big deal because who cares about any of this except that it's just always funny to watch somebody who acts like an arrogant a-hole get their comeuppance. I mean, he called them nobody you, acting like it was no, like we couldn't even learn, and you lost.
Yeah.
And I heard an old Chinese proverb yesterday that I found to be pretty fascinating. That when you lose, you should say thank you to the opponent because they educated you for free. Unfortunately, I don't think Doug has the humility to learn this lesson. Also, what in the hell are they doing letting him try to coach and do a full-time radio show?
Yeah, that's the wild part.
He skipped his radio show after he lost.
Hang on, I got the clip right here.
Tiers on who to schedule, like nobody. And part of the reason I want to play better teams is like it's 2 degrees outside, snowing. Like I don't really like the idea of nobody you coming in here and like I always thought like what do we learn playing a game where we win by 20? But there's a methodology to it. And I'm going to have to adjust moving forward.
Yeah, you need to play Division III teams, Doug.
Are we not going to talk about him having liquid death?
That's got to be a radio sponsor, right?
Taylor, have you ever had a liquid death?
I have not. I think it's just water,
it's
right?
just water,
yeah,
which
I've never had it, but
so funny because they
it's
market
so
it
aggressive,
like
yeah.
you know it's just water, right?
I don't drink water. I don't know that.
Oh, huh. So you thought it was something else?
I thought it was an energy drink.
No, that's what I'm saying. It looks like an energy drink, walks like an
It's
energy drink, but
for
it's
no
water.
reason.
All right. Well, that makes no sense to me.
It's cool, man. Liquid death.
I don't get it. I don't get the bit.
I don't know. They spend a lot of money with I think concerts. I feel like a lot of like musicians advertise with them and stuff. It's really probably just a big marketing win because a bunch of people buy it and use it, and it's just water. But as we know, is water really water?
Water is water.
Let's have more, baby. Shout out.
Big deal or no big deal? Because the Gottlieb thing, like it's a big deal, but it's not a big deal. It's kind of in the in between because he's coaching at Green Bay. But it is like a big deal because he's a Fox Sports national radio host, also coaching basketball, and they suck.
A man cannot serve. No man can serve two masters. You know.
That's like I do 2 radio shows a day and then barely have time to like think.
Yeah, coaching's an all-in affair.
Yeah, certainly like in the Division I level.
Not for Doug.
Not for Doug.
That's why Division II teams are beating him. Big deal or no big deal? Former Washington State quarterback John Mateer commits to Oklahoma. He had a big year this year, follows his offensive coordinator to Norman, and he was the #1 overall player in ESPN's transfer rankings.
He was #1.
He's a hell of a
he's a very good player. He's a very good player. I mean, that's why Wazoo was so good this year. I would say the actual news is maybe not a big deal because it was expected given that they hired the OC, but him joining Oklahoma is a big deal to Oklahoma fans at a time when they desperately need anything positive to latch on to, right? Right now, they are adrift amidst a sea of bad. And if nothing else, this is like that piece of the door that Rose floats on in the Atlantic. John Mateer. Basically, OU fans are floating on John Mateer, hoping that he can bring them success next season.
Not only that, Brent Venables needed a win.
Yeah.
I mean, Brent Venables needed a win. LSU got their 2 best pass catchers from a year ago.
J.J. Hester just went to Kentucky as well, their 3rd leading receiver.
There you go.
Any relation?
Nope. The only Hester I'm related to is cousin Devin.
Yep.
All right.
Laundry going?
Yeah, big deal or no big deal. I'm kind of eating up this Aaron Rodgers and Ryan Clark beef right now. So big deal or no big deal, Aaron Rodgers was criticizing Ryan Clark's vax status on the Pat McAfee show.
I saw the clip. I was like, what year is it?
Yeah. And then Ryan Clark said
like
stuff
Robin
back.
Williams. What year is it?
Yeah, literally. But Ryan Clark posted like a 5-minute long video yesterday on Twitter where he's basically just calling Aaron Rodgers a hypocrite. He's saying he's smug and arrogant. And he's like, you're on the Pat McAfee show while criticizing people on TV and all this stuff. So this really funny, really stupid beef between Aaron Rodgers and Ryan Clark. That it seems kind of random.
Very random.
To me as well. I don't know if they have like past beef or whatever, but like for Aaron Rodgers to just like, again, it seems very random to just go on the Pat McAfee show and start questioning vax status.
No, I mean he went full big pharma red pill energy on the entire thing. This whole thing to me is that
he was talking about because
Clark. So Clark was criticizing like the Jets and all this, and look, honestly,
right. But it's not the vax stuff. Wasn't it because there was like an ESPN employee?
Yeah.
Something. That's what they said that he wouldn't work with because they weren't vaccinated. That's what Aaron Rodgers said he was pulling from.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
This is a big deal for me. This is a big deal for me.
Oh, really? Why is that? Why is that?
Tell us why.
You ever hope like 2 people can lose at the same event? It's a big deal for me, guys. Big deal. Big day for Taylor.
This is no big deal to me. This is like the ultimate like, I'm sorry to hear that, or I'm happy for you. But I ain't reading all that.
Yeah.
I ain't reading all that. Like y'all have fun. I guess it is a kind of big deal to see 2 major high-paid ESPN employees going so toe-to-toe publicly.
Yeah.
But
also,
I guess the Pat McAfee part of it,
that part
Pat
is
McAfee
a big deal.
versus Ryan Clark part of it is a bigger deal than like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, from ESPN, this is a big deal for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, that you have McAfee and Clark at odds with one another.
Yeah.
Londra's asking about, is there any prior beef? Don't know, but Aaron Rodgers' only Super Bowl win against Ryan Clark and the Pittsburgh Steelers. There you go.
That's true.
Oh, so there we go. Now
it's like 14 years in the making.
Now we start to arrive at some of the original genesis.
There you go.
All right, Tay, what you got?
Big deal or no big deal? So 5-star wide receiver Dallas Wilson, he signed with Oregon. This was during the early signing period. He has asked for a release from his financial aid agreement. He wants to withdraw his letter of intent from Oregon just after signing with them about a week and a half ago. His current plan is to enroll at the University of Florida. Apparently, Florida made a strong push for him going into signing day. They never wavered on their recruiting efforts. And apparently Dallas Wilson has had a change of heart and now wants to get out of his national letter of intent and go to the Florida Gators. Big deal or no big deal?
No big deal because, spoiler alert, you're going to have to let him. There's just no point in fighting this, right?
Oh, I would. I'd fight it.
You don't have to, but to your point, I think what you're saying is you just kind of like let it happen.
I mean, are you going to go to court? What is it? I don't know the legally binding nature of a letter of intent anymore.
I don't think this is an NCAA issue, right? I mean, this isn't for those judges to step in and be like, we're allowed to run college football, which I still think is just awful. But this would be Oregon, right? Like can anybody force Oregon to release him from his letter of intent?
I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. If they can, I mean, he would have to try to force his way out legally if he would want to do so.
If I know Dan Lanning, like he's going to be like, oh, you don't want to be here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the other part of it. Like you're not going to hold on to him. Like all right, all right, later, dude. Get out of here. You're not in the boat. Go. We fine over here. Dan's Ducks is rolling. No big deal. Big deal or no big deal?
Like it just happened. That's weird. Like
actually, I'm answering this. I'm going to say, you know who's not a big deal? Matthew Sluka. How about UNLV last night? UNLV caps off an 11-3 season, winning the Art of Sport LA Bowl, beating Cal 24-13, and quarterback Haj Malik Williams throws 2 touchdown passes en route to the win. Now they have Dan Mullen. Sluka, we talked about him so much that day earlier this year when he opted out to preserve his red shirt, and, well, UNLV did not miss a beat.
Not at all.
And then what ended up happening with him? Exactly, nobody knows.
Nobody's even.
Is he signed with the team yet? Not as far as I know.
I don't know if he has.
And he wasn't.
It's a major red flag to overcome.
We said at the time, all right, bud.
He plans to visit Memphis.
Oh, congrats.
By the way, that's the first time the Rebels have won 11 games in their time as an FBS program. Mullen walking into a pretty good spot.
It is. I mean, it's got a lot of advantages now in this new space, and the stadium they play in is incredible. They're in Las Vegas. I think Dan actually did a nice job kind of waiting out for the right job, even though people are like, oh, why would he go to the group of 5? Well, you look at what UNLV has and what you can do now out of the group of 5.
Anybody else?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
All right, coming up next, Munchies with your guy, Chef Michael Johnson.
Off the bench.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
ESPN.com.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
121-1674. Offices in Patton.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Do we have Chef? What's happening, y'all? It's time for some munchies.
Get ready to tantalize your taste buds and leave this segment hungry. This is Munchies with Executive Chef Michael Johnson. Let's eat.
What's happening, Chef? What's going on? Hey, how did Taylor do in our absence last week, Chef?
Great job. Fantastic
What?
job.
No
Yeah.
way. Oh, look
No
at you,
chance.
Tay.
He did
Proud of you,
terrible.
brother. Proud of you. Chef, what's going on, man? Okay, we're rolled into Christmas here. What's
Yeah.
going on in the LSU kitchen front? What are we cooking up for the young lads and ladies?
Oh, we're steady cooking, man. We're working up to the 23rd because of the bowl game, and then we come back actually on the 6th. So this is one of the tighter turnarounds. We have a lot of athletes in competition right now in training, and so it's football bowl game, but we also have I think when we come back, men's and women's tennis come in. Men's and women's basketball are here now. Track and field and swim and dive are here now. So we have a lot going on, man. It's sometimes easy to forget about Christmas when you're so busy, right? And,
it's hard to be present, right? Because you just focus on whatever the next thing is.
Yeah, there's no time for not losing focus around here. So looking forward to having a Christmas ham or turkey and spending some time with the family and then getting back to it.
Hashtag Munchies. What holiday food are you burnt out on?
Oh, man. I've been on a fast for like 20-some days, and so I'm not burnt out on any food right now.
Yeah. Wait, what kind of fast? What are we talking? What have you been doing?
It's a spiritual fast, right? It's called Daniel's fast, and so no meat, no dairy, no sweets, no deep fried foods, no alcohol. And it's just meant to draw you closer to God, right? And there's a lot of prayer involved and stuff, but it's just a personal decision, right? And I've slipped back into a pair of 34s instead of 36s. So there's some other benefits to it, but that's not why I'm doing it, right? It's steak night on Wednesdays, brother. I'm salivating.
So like, what have you been eating then?
Fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, and like whole grains, like granola grains. Yeah.
I gotta say, Chef, I showed my wife your Instagram the other day.
Yeah.
Said, wow, he's very attractive. Had some major daddy energy. Said, I know. Look at those baby blues, dude.
Oh man,
Those
you're
baby
fun.
blues. I'm being serious. I swear. I meant to
speaking of
Did I
dads-
text you? I meant to text you and tell you.
No, you didn't
Yeah,
tell me that.
said
but
you're hot.
I'm blushing right now. So yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of dads, I got a real quick shout out. My dad's birthday today, so I want to say happy birthday to my pop.
There we go.
Shout out to Papa Johnson.
Yeah.
Jeff, I gotta say, the baked roux changed my life.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
it's a game changer.
So easy. You
Yeah.
literally cannot screw it up. Came
you
out
can drink
perfect.
beer and make it.
It
you know,
came out
like
perfect.
Safely. Yeah.
It's like you have so much time to chop all your veggies, everything.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
Yeah, and that's a mouthful right there, right? Like it in the kitchen, it is about creating more time for yourself and multitasking. And so when you're not standing on top of the roux, constantly stirring it, you know, you're allowing yourself time to do something else, and that's the name of the game in the kitchen, man. You know, people aren't going to sit around and wait for food. They get the crankiest person I've ever met was hungry. I'm speaking the truth too, buddy.
Hashtag Munchies. What's a good way to finish off a 5.5 pound beef tenderloin after sous vide?
Oh,
it's a big boy.
Well, yeah. I'm going to sear it first to put the caramelization color on there, right? So I'm sorry. So they're finishing it off. Or
Yeah, it seems like they've already. It seems like they've already done it, or they are doing, or it'll already be sous vide. I don't know how you use that word. And then how would you finish it? Can you brown it up after?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to pat it dry because it's got a lot of moisture on it, right? Like when you sous vide meat, it tastes a lot more like prime rib than it does like a grilled steak, and I think people don't recognize that.
Interesting.
It's cooking in its own fats and juices, which alters the flavor of the meat to taste more like itself versus, you know, what you expect coming off the charbroiled grill. So I always take it and we'll pat it dry to some degree. You gotta taste it too. You know, take a little taster off of it, and in dry heat method, it's some way, shape, or form. If you have like a flat grill, roll it back and forth and put some brown on it. If you have a charbroiler, you can do the same. You know, get it screaming hot and put it on there and get that nice caramelized color on there, because that's something that people are more associated with a charbroiled steak, right? And it adds flavor and texture. That kind of, you know, if you can get it crispy and that it's called the Maillard reaction. You know, it's a more associated color to a grilled steak. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Do you have a final point there?
Well, I'm just kind of curious what they were doing with it, because, you know, like if you're carving it, that's great. I'm going to put some horseradish dipping sauce out, but and I don't even like sliders. You guys know this, but as we're talking about this, like I want to go get some Hawaiian rolls and you know, like slice them down and kind of 1/4 inch thin and put like some jalapeno mayo on there and then make like beef tenderloin sliders. I'll tell you too, one of my favorite things on earth is a coffee rubbed beef tenderloin, and it's not just coffee. You know, like there's ingredients that you put in with it, and then roll it on the flat grill so that it kind of it's almost like blackening, right? The process of but a coffee rubbed beef tenderloin is one of my favorite things on earth, man.
God, that sounds amazing. And everything Chef's ever told me to do always works incredibly well. Hashtag Munchies. What's your favorite way to maybe spice up a little eggnog?
Shoot, yeah. I mean, and this is the weird thing is I don't even like eggnog, but I have a friend that makes eggnog, and whatever he puts in it, one, it will get, you know, like it gets the job done. But two, you know, like it tastes better. Like when you put the spiced rum and the you know, the liqueurs that have all the, you know, like white chocolate or something like that. You know, I think that it just adds to the texture of it. Eggnog for me is a little thick, and so when you put the alcohol in, if you're putting spiced rum in, you know, it brings the spice out of the rum, but it also thins that thick textural eggnog out, which is absolutely necessary for me. You know, like it's like drinking heavy cream or something.
I make my eggnog kind of like mimosas, where it's a splash of the eggnog.
Yeah,
mainly alcohol. That's how I prefer to do it.
Somebody called that milk punch yesterday, and I was like, I don't know what milk punch is.
I like milk punch too.
So I felt like I was getting corrected, but eggnog to me, you know, at the holidays is supposed to have it. I can tell you this: when eggnog was made at my house when we were kids, the kids were not allowed to drink it, right? So I think it needs a little bit of splash in there. Yeah.
Chef, so what is the plan maybe for the squad coming up? I know you said you're going to feed them up until the 23rd. Is there any special lunch, special dinner that you're going to prepare for the squad before they kind of leave for Christmas?
No, on the contrary. We try to keep things as regular as possible. Like, we don't want to be celebratory before we go because it's kind of counterintuitive to wanting them. We want to go and win, and the celebration happens when they come back.
Makes sense.
And there's a methodology too. Very methodical about the processes. We don't want to change anything. We want them to feel the same process that they have throughout the year, right? So changing something now, if it alters the day or alters the mechanism, it feels weird, and it can get it can take focus off of what focus needs to be on. So we do not steer the ship too terribly different from what they're used to. Yeah.
Craig Granger, our resident chat chef, says #munchies. How long should I brine my Cornish hen before frying it?
I usually do 12 hours. A Cornish hen, you could probably get away with 6 or 8, honestly, just because it's so small.
What is a Cornish hen? It sounds delicious, but it's just a tiny.
It's a smaller bird. It's somewhere in between. It's usually smaller than a chicken. It's like a small chicken.
God, sounds great.
Yeah, it's like a one-person chicken. But you can probably get it done in 8 hours. With the brine, I usually leave mine in for about 12. Regardless of what it is, because you can put it in when you go to bed and it's done when you wake up.
Chef, I want to make a turkey for Christmas again. You used coconut oil. Coconut oil in yours. Yes. How did this go? How does it work?
I'm going to dream about it again tonight now, T-Bob. So I get the solid version of coconut. At room temperature, coconut oil is solid.
Yeah.
And so you have to melt it. All you have to do is put it on low on even in a microwave, you can melt it down. And assuming you're brining it, you want to pull your turkey out of the brine, allow it to air dry so that it's tacky. And once it's tacky and it's still cool, you brush the fat on, and it will actually solidify on there and stick really well. And keep in mind, this is poultry. You need to clean the brush. Don't put the brush in anything else, except for the fat that you're using it for. You don't want to go, using it for other things while you're brushing it on the poultry, right? But once you've done it the first time, you can season, then put your salt on there. You can salt it before. But you need to do it like a couple hours before while it's air drying. And honestly, I don't worry about salting it as much if I've brined it because the air dry, the skin and the meat have salt in it from the brine. Air drying is important because you want that skin to crisp. And with the oil on the skin, and I mean brush every nook and cranny, brother, that's where the brush comes in important. Just give it a nice thorough brushing. And, when you're ready, put it in the oven. I like to rest my turkey coming out of the brine. That's where the air drying comes in. Is I'll just leave it out on the table to air dry, pat the skin and stuff as well as you can to get the excess moisture off, and just let it sit there for a couple hours. That's going to let the turkey come up to temperature a little bit more, so you're not putting a cold turkey in a warm oven. And brush it before it goes into the oven, and then every 30 to 45 minutes, repeat that brushing process. And
keep brushing it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Does this if you, I've made that garlic herb butter to lather it in the past? Does this take the place of that?
Yes. Once you melt your coconut oil, you can put garlic and herbs into that. You're replacing the butter, right?
Okay.
And you just have a pure fat here because butter has milk solids in it that can burn. This is really why I like coconut because it has a really good flavor. I just like the way that it melts and it kind of holds the body. There are some pros and cons to coconut oil, being saturated fats and such, but I think they're polysaturated or monosaturated or something. I don't know off the top of my head, but because it's a naturally occurring fat, it's not as unhealthy as, say, Crisco that's man-made that has, I forget what they call them, but it's basically a man-made fat. It's margarine for instance, has and it's super unhealthy for the body. That and moderation is the key to life. Not consuming it constantly. If you put this in and do it moderately, like I don't suggest doing this all the time. But if it's just a Christmas special or a Thanksgiving deal, you're good to go.
Chef, real quick, I know we have one inside the chat, but also I can't believe I don't think we've ever asked you this, and if we have, it's been a while. Do you have an ideal burger seasoning mix?
I'm just kind of a purist when it comes to the red meat, the meats as a whole. At some point, I used to be very exotic and tried different stuff. I would put garlic and onion and stuff in it, but nowadays I just like to taste the flavor of the protein, right? And so I'm black pepper and salt, and not iodized salt. It's just kosher salt or sea salt, whichever. I like good salt, and black pepper. With the burger, I might go with the smaller mesh instead of that 18. Table black pepper, table grind black pepper is kind of finer and it sticks a little bit better. It's good for a burger, but I like to taste the beef, man.
Speaking of beef, Chris Landry says, Chef, what's the difference between skirt steak and flap meat? Got flap meat by mistake the other day and hated the taste and texture of it.
I think it's going to be kind of a lower. The flap is a little bit lower, but I think it goes from flank to skirt to flap, something of that nature. In different places, it may be considered some skirt. Skirt and flap by and large, though, are very similar as far as the thickness and such. Mm-hmm. They're often sold in if you don't have one, you have the other. Flank's a little bit thicker as it comes up further up the chest.
So the flaps under the skirt? Never knew it. Chef, Daniel Basham wants to know, should I do a roast, ham, or a seafood gumbo for Christmas?
I mean, I'm not a ham guy. I have a ham in my refrigerator right now, and I'm not a ham guy. But everybody loves gumbo. I think you have people who are polarized on ham, right?
Yeah.
And by and large, I guess it depends on where you're going to eat that meal. Like if I were to go back home and cook gumbo to my Missouri relatives, they're going to be like, "What the hell is gumbo?" So they probably wouldn't prefer the ham. But if we're having Christmas in the South, man, I'm making gumbo all day long.
Hell yeah. Chef Michael Johnson, executive chef for LSU Athletics. Chef, next week will be Christmas, so we will not talk to you then. I wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, love to you and your family. And again, my wife thinks you're a total babe.
Hey, just real quick, not to take too much time out. Have you guys ever had a red bean gumbo?
A what?
A red bean gumbo.
Pray tell, what is that?
Well, I did. I judged a cooking competition down in Lutcher this past weekend, and it was a gumbo cook-off, and they had red bean gumbo there, and it was one of the best things ever. So you basically make gumbo with roux and put the beans in, and you cook the beans so that the gumbo is really smooth. Like, how it can kind of creamy the way red beans are. And I've never had a red bean gumbo before, but man, my buddy turned me on to this. He works for John Deere, and he swears by it. And he made one. My son ate some, and he's like, "Dad, that was the best gumbo I think I've ever had."
What?
Which kind of kicked me in the knee a little bit coming from my son. But yeah.
Okay, you've intrigued me. I'm gonna have to try it sometime. Maybe not Christmas, but I'm gonna have to try it sometime.
Yeah, probably not Christmas, but something to look into.
Chef Michael Johnson, the legend, every single week answering all of your culinary queries. Merry Christmas, Chef.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Take it easy, brother. All right, when we get back, more OTB Tay and Phil Story of the Day.
Off the bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Look, Camille Trevaux says red bean gumbo's fire. Got to put some eggs in there, too. Heck yeah, man. Look, do you need any plumbing help over this holiday season? Remember, Central Plumbing has 24/7 emergency service, meaning they are there for you when you need them. We have a massive fleet ready to go. And the only way that you stand the test of time over 50 years and grow and find the success that Central Plumbing has is because their customers are consistently satisfied with the pricing and the process. And you will be too. Because you got flat rate pricing, excellent warranty coverage, licensed bond insured employees. You have confidence every step of the way. Go to centralplumbing.org today.
Go to the website, see what they can do for you in the upgrade game at your home or your business. We also give you the 24/7, 365 weekend holiday game day number, 225-925-8552. So if you've got an emergency pop up, they'll always be there, even on Christmas Day. CentralPlumbing.org.
Work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America, Off the Bench.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back here to OTB. You're looking for the perfect gift this holiday season. Why don't you hit up a little K2Z window coverage? That'll be KTOZblinds.com. Surprise your old daddy with a drop-down exterior shading, keeping it nice and chill on the grill this summer season. Maybe with that special lady in your life, you get her some interior window treatments. Time to act is now, as most companies' prices grow up in January, so you want to take advantage of this time of year. And make sure your windows is clear with K2Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com. Let Brandon Barton and the team's multiple decades of experience benefit you. K2Z. KTOZblinds.com. All right, Taylor, you've intrigued me. You told us during the break you cannot wait to hear our raw reaction to this story, so let's get to a little Tay-Tay NFL story of the day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day. Daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
So I had to do some digging last segment. The story is so wild I had to make sure it was true. But The Athletics got it. Bleacher Report's got it. New York Times has it. Everybody. This comes from
the Athletic is New York Times now, but yes, continues.
This comes from the Athletics. Zach Rosenblatt, Diana Rossini, and Michael Silver. They've all
very trustworthy
combined.
names.
Who do you think is the most inept owner in the NFL?
David Tepper.
Woody Johnson.
Oh, God.
It might be Woody Johnson. So a report has come out this morning that last offseason, the Jets and the Denver Broncos were very close to a trade for Jerry Jeudy. The Jets front office wanted it. Saleh was on board and everything. The word is Woody Johnson has stepped in and said he did not want Jerry Jeudy because he felt that the wide receivers Madden rating wasn't quite high enough. No, it gets better. It gets better. The influence of the Madden ratings apparently comes from Johnson's teenage sons that go by Brick and Jack. He says that, no, look, this goes as far, a Jets executive wanted to remain anonymous, but he said, look, we're discussing things in front office meetings, and you'll hear Woody cite something that Brick or Jack read online that weighs equally against whatever someone else's opinion is. At one point in the offseason, general manager Joe Douglas said, I answered to a teenager. There were rumors that, okay, here you go. Another example came when Johnson pushed back on signing free agent guard John Simpson last offseason due to his lackluster awareness rating in the Madden video game. Now, the Jets ultimately signed Simpson anyway, and he had a solid season. Pro Football Focus ranked him as the 8th best guard in the NFL. But a spokesperson for the Jets, he said, look, Jack and Brick, they don't have this big of an impact on organizational decisions. It could be used as a reference point for Woody, but it's not entirely determined
it's true.
What goes on. Now, some staffers said that it could go as far as to, when they're having executive meetings, sometimes he has brought Jack and Brick in those executive front office meetings to sit down and give their opinion as well. So that's what we got going on in New York, guys.
Hey, Jack, stick to banana pancakes, okay? Come on.
Banana pancakes sound great right now.
Yeah. Jack Johnson.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Jack Johnson was pretty popular when we were in
he's awesome.
college.
Here's my deal. God, if this doesn't have the most trust fund kid, empowerment written all over it, this basically feels like Kendall Roy getting to speak up in the meetings and just using buzzwords. You know how annoyed I would be if I was an adult professional who'd spent my entire life climbing to get into an NFL executive boardroom like that, and Brick, the 14-year-old, gets to speak over me? Come on now, Woody. That's awful. It's really, really exceedingly dumb.
Madden rating.
Also, for what it's worth, Jerry Jeudy, 1,052 receiving yards
Like
this year.
fifth
That's
in the
more than
NFL.
anyone on the New York Jets roster.
Yeah, Jeudy, ever since
Deshaun.
Yeah, ever since Jameis, Judy's taken off, right?
Well,
although
Jameis is
Jameis
benched now,
isn't
but
starting,
yeah.
Well, he was, though.
No, yeah,
Taken off.
he was.
You had the whole Jameis experience.
Who's starting now?
Thompson Robinson. He
Who?
DTR.
DTR.
He took over in that loss to the Chiefs in the fourth quarter, and he's going to start this week.
Browns are cooked. Are they the worst franchise in the NFL?
I mean, again, the Jets.
But
it's right
at
up
least
there with
the Jets, 14 years ago, made it to back-to-back AFC Championship games.
Oof.
At least you get to live in the you get to be close to the big city. You get to be close to New York. It comes with a lot, but also a lot of bit. You play for the Browns. You live in Cleveland. The mistake by the lake.
Yeah, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah. After you go there one time, what do you do?
I'm sure there's a John Rockefeller Museum somewhere in there. Probably got a pretty cool arcade. Not as good as Main Event. All right, when we get back, Ask the Bench here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECBuilt.com, PECBuilt.com. Make the backyard of your dreams come true. Okay? We build the spaces, you build the memories. And it doesn't matter what you're looking for. You want to look at our spec pools, a bunch of different shapes, a bunch of different detail work that you can choose from, depths, whatnot. You choose a spec pool, very affordable, quick process. You have the pool ready to go for summer. Maybe you want a completely custom pool. Maybe you want a completely custom outdoor living area, outdoor kitchen. Well, look, the artists at Pinnacle Exterior Construction are there to design something that will blow your mind. Maybe you just want to upgrade your fence. Any size, type, or fence. Pergolas, bulkheads. It's all there at Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com.
Go to the website today. You'll see right there on the homepage what they can do for you. Completely change your outdoor space. That's at your home or your business, no matter what it is, like T-Bob laid out, artificial turf as well. Go to the website today to book it, PECbuilt.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Oh, welcome back to OTB. Shout out to Trash Rangers. Damn.
I know. I was like, let me turn this down for the Trash Rangers.
I don't know. Keep it up.
Okay, it's a little frisky.
Who is this?
It's Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She did like a special.
Okay.
Trash Rangers, though, look, man, they're local. If you live in Livingston or Ascension, residential pickup, you get to make a choice for your waste removal. You go to Trash Rangers, they give a damn. They're ultra reliable. They're there for you. They're part of the community. They text you the night before it's your day to put out your cans so you never forget again. And if you're a business owner and you need front load dumpsters emptied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 days a week, Trash Rangers, there for you. Also, any roll-off dumpsters, any size, we got you. Remember, we here, baby. We here for you. TrashRangers.com. So easy to switch. Only takes a couple minutes. TrashRangers.com.
It's such a familiar beat. Like there's like another song that.
What song is this? Is this another Sabrina Carpenter song that she just changed the lyrics to?
No, so she did a Christmas special.
Yeah,
on
but
Netflix.
is this that na 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 na? Isn't that a song?
I don't hear it familiar. I don't know. Maybe.
So then
hey now. Aston Bench right back. Cold Curse Light Vizzy Art Seltzer Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Sweet. Is this Alondra's first Christmas with bangs? Bangs look great, by the way.
Maybe.
Is it? Yeah, no.
I've
She could have had the haircut when she was little or something.
I've had bangs in my life before.
Sounds like no.
We call that fringe across the pond, T.
Yeah.
Ask the Bench. Daniel wants to know, would Taylor meet me under the mistletoe?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. Hashtag Ask the Bench. Do you use Santa as psychological warfare on your kids to get them behaved this time of year?
Mine are past the point.
I won't say it's never been invoked.
Way past the point.
It's definitely been invoked at time. Ask the Bench. It is your last Christmas before you die. What are you asking for Christmas dinner?
What? About Piccadilly order?
Really?
For sure.
Great turkey, great gumbo, and I'll be a happy man. Some deviled eggs. Basically just Thanksgiving.
God, T-Bob with some deviled eggs. That sounds like a bad combination.
No, it's a good combination.
Yeah, if you work for Central Plumbing.
Tic-tacs. Ask the Bench, what are the top 3 worst corporate buzzwords?
Alignment.
Disruption.
Yeah.
Who
scale.
are you, Kindle?
We got a scale.
You know what's one that I hate, but I've fallen prey to lately? Calling things a heavy lift. You know, not too heavy of a lift to get it done, but
maximize.
Is this too heavy of a lift?
Yeah.
Big buzzword. I hate when they do the alignment and they do the whole two hands alignment.
Yeah.
What, do you hate Brian Kelly?
I didn't see him do that.
We're all about alignment.
No,
though.
everybody says alignment.
We're all about alignment. He was at the forefront of it. Disruption.
I mean, I get
Synergy.
the alignment portion of it, but
We got to do cool
been
stuff.
used too much.
Like Kendall says. We got to do cool stuff. We got to disrupt the industry. We got to be at the forefront. We need to create brand synergy and be where the people are, while increasing profit for our shareholders.
That was good.
Let's table this. Let's circle back. Let's table. Yeah. Circling back because nobody ever wants to make a decision. Let's just circle back to it. You know? Ask the Bench, how many Waffle House All-Star specials can you eat in one
I
sitting?
love Waffle House. There's one that's being built right across from the Rouse's where you do remotes. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Bart Scott style, can't wait. Because that's the best thing he's ever done.
Bacon Texas cheesesteak plate, double plate, smothered covered with a vanilla Coke and a waffle on the side. That used to be like nothing for me. Last time I did that order, I about died.
About that.
To be fair. So I maybe nowadays I'll stick to one All-Star special.
I don't even think I finished one.
I don't think my mental health recovered for 2 days after last time I took down that Wahoo order. All right, guys. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow for some Friday OTB. Rivs off suspension. Holiday celebrations. It's going to be fun.
Off the Bench.
Go to yourgoodwood.com. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Okay? Your stocking's a little limp. Why don't you stiffen that thing up with some starch in the form of ED medicine? Because the point is, look, man, if you're suffering from ED, you're suffering from low T, you're losing your hair, you don't feel like you used to, why accept this? You don't have to. We have the treatments to get you back, okay? We're going to maximize ourselves, okay? We're going to be the best that we can. You're going to go to Goodwood, and you're going to get your labs drawn. They're going to see what's going on. They're going to customize the plan for you. It's going to be transparent. It's going to be affordable. It's It's going to be private. There's no need to be embarrassed. Do not let embarrassment continue to stop you from being your best, okay? So whether it's HRT, hair replacement, ED, anti-aging, penile enhancement, we got it all at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of